Hail to the chat. What is up, everybody, man? Thank you all for being here, man. I know it's a different day. And the reason we did want to switch it up for this week is because it's National Anime Day. I don't know if you guys were aware of that. Today is National Anime Day, April 15. I know in some parts of the country it's already April 16, but we do anime nights. And tonight, April 15, we want to celebrate anime. You know, it's just like a, little switch up. And we might keep it permanently on Wednesdays. I'm not sure yet. That's going to be determined basically on how this show does and if everybody, is rocking with this particular time frame. Because sometimes on Friday nights, Cat's got stuff to do. It's going out, we hanging out, it's like, oh man, I wanted to hit this one party up, but DA got anime nights, so I can't go or whatever. Name is a party animal. He be out there just keeping the streets alive, and so I want to make sure that Name can get out there and do what Name do. What is up, everybody? I appreciate all of you guys hanging out with us tonight. Anime nights. It's all about anime, man. It's all about the things that we love coming out of Japan. We're going to talk about a lot of different topics tonight. One of the big topics is how big anime is getting right now. Toho Studios has absolutely laid down the gauntlet when it comes to production, okay? They are setting a standard that I don't even think they can reach. And then Japan believes that right now we are going to double up anime production and anime money. Like, they're bringing in so much money with anime all over the world, all over the globe. They're saying that in about 7, 8, 9 years, this thing is about to explode. Okay, so we're going to start talking about it. Also, one studio took a major L last year, and I'm curious to see if they can recover. I don't know if they can, because what we're hearing is not good. Demon Slayer finally exits theaters. Okay, finally, Demon Slayer is out of theaters. That means it's going to be dropping on home video pretty soon. But 266 days in theaters. Is Hollywood learning from that? We'll see, man. But I mean, that's how you get it done. Okay, that's how you really pump up a movie and make everybody want that thing when it finally does drop on home video. Damn near 3 months short of a year. Okay, they had that sucker in theaters for 9 months, man. That's impressive. We also got some stuff to talk about. New Demon Slayer, Daemons of the Shadow Realm. I think we're all loving that. I love it. I think it's awesome. And some folks are already making the comparisons to Full Metal Alchemist and saying, yeah, this is actually better because it's the exact same writer that's writing it. But yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about our top anime for National Anime Day. We'll break it down. We'll chop it up about that. Let's go ahead and bring the crew out. Thank you guys for your patience. And let's get to it, man. Name. What is good, bro?
What's up, everyone? How y'all doing on Anime Day? Happy Anime Day.
Hey, man. Yeah. Hey, I didn't even know there was a National Anime Day until I just pulled it up. And I was like, what? There is a National Anime Day, and it's coming up. So it's like, all right, cool. We'll make that a topic for the night. But Name, how did you celebrate? Did you have a cake?
I was just binging Gundam earlier. I'm almost caught up with the long stretch, and then after that, it's just chilling. It's just OVAs and movies, so I can go back to regularly scheduled weekly watches on the spring season.
All right, cool. Coming up next to the stage, Stacy Gardner. Stacy, what is up, bro? How's it going, man?
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Man, chilling, man. Did you celebrate National Anime Day any special kind of way?
I had to preempt mine by doing it last night, and I basically had to put it on pause for a bit. I was like, one thing I got to do, I got to pop in the original Mobile Fighter G Gundam. I had to watch that. And I had to watch Yu-Gi-Oh! I had to watch so much stuff because I was like, I got to get as much as I can in before I go to work. And man.
Yep.
I'm worn out just from that.
All right. And then last but not least, Angel, the casual reviewer. What's up, Angel? How's it going, bro?
It's good, man. Just over here chilling, just checking out National Anime Day. What I did is just watch Avatar. So I rewatched the first book of the Avatar and, relive some memories.
Oh, yeah.
Due to the fact that, they already fucked up the movie. So excuse my language, but
saying. It's fucked up.
You see me today. Today I'm on it today. You know what I'm saying? I got my Aang shirt on. I'm on it today. So
bro,
Nice.
I have a question for you guys. Is that movie
You
bad
ain't do
enough
it.
to revoke? Is that movie bad enough to revoke Avatar of its honorary anime title?
I don't know, man. I mean, we gotta. I didn't see the full leak. I saw enough of the leak to know like this is about to be a shit show. The Last Airbender it deserves so much better, man. That, I mean, honestly, man, that whole franchise has been kind of floundering, in my opinion. First, you know, obviously the original series on Nickelodeon was awesome, but then like Legend of Korra, big step down. And then even like the Netflix adaptation is just not that good, man. I think they've dropped the ball all the way around with it. So I was looking forward to the Legend of Aang because they were saying, okay, we're bringing back the original voice actors and everybody's coming through. But then since they got rid of the voice actors, my excitement is kind of dwindled. I really don't care. I really don't care at this moment. I'll probably watch it just to see what it is. But honestly, it's just like, it's going to be a shit show. I already know. You know, so yeah, is it an honorary anime anymore? Yeah, I mean that's up to you to decide, man. Some people say it's an anime; they still like
we're gonna take that title away like Aang took Ozai's bending, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
damn. I'm tripping out how Stacy coming on here looking like DJ Khaled tonight.
Right, man. What happened, Stacey? You had to clean up. You got a job interview or something. What's going on, bro?
Nah. It's starting to warm up, man. It's starting to warm up. You don't want to see me sweating like
more after this stream.
It was.
You do not want to see me. Yeah, you do not want to see me sweating. You'll be seeing me basically pull out a fucking towel rack. You're like, can we get to the next topic, please?
Stacey, don't lie to us.
You
You
do
playing
not wanna
Connect
see
4
that.
after the stream ends.
Oh, he froze right there too. Oh, okay.
I said, DJ Khaled, you the best.
Another one.
Oh man. Avatar: The Last Airbender is an anime. It's inspired by anime. It's a Western production, and they also outsource some of the animation to be done by Koreans. Yeah, that's why they say honorary anime. It's not an anime, but you know, some people say, all right, man, you're invited to the cookout. You know, you can hang out with us, you know, you could be in the cool kids club, Avatar, because of the inspirations and you know, the fact that you know, it absolutely, you know, has that same feel of an anime. But what they're doing right now with it, nah, I'm not rocking with it, man. I don't like what I saw in that leak. But I got to watch the whole thing before I say for sure that it's utter garbage. But it's starting to look like it, man. It's starting to look like it. All right, look, we got one quick super chat.
I think.
Oh, wait, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think we're gonna just have to say it like. I think we're gonna just have to say like the original Avatar that keeps it, but this one, nah. Sorry, bro. You in the wrong place. You in the wrong place.
Yep. Agreed. Hey, Mac. Now it's known. Just dropped $1 in the change jar. Thank you, Mac. Mac always supports. I appreciate him, man. And don't forget to follow him on X because I probably look. Mac, I'm going to tell you right now, man, you have dropped so many interesting and great stories. I have just had zero time to get to anything. I am up to my head right now with different things.
He put like 3 stories that I'm thinking about doing some videos on already, about 3 or 4 stories.
He always drops great information.
Shout
for
out
me
to
cover.
Mac, man, on the real.
Yeah, so shout out to Mac on that. Mac, I want to get to at least one for sure story. I'm not going to even say what it was. I'll probably try to do that. But it's like with how busy I am in like day-to-day life, and then jumping on last night, I was allowing my son. Okay, you guys know we're simulcast, by the way, on Anime Heads. So some of you guys might be watching on Anime Heads. Thank you for doing that. This is important. Okay, this is really important. Anime Nights will ultimately move over to Anime Heads once we can get that thing monetized. All right, we're at 284 subs. I want to hit 500 subs by July. Okay, so we got all of the rest of this month, April. We got May, and then we got June. All right, so in 2.5 months, I think we can do enough to get that thing up to 500 subs. We're going to be putting a lot of content up. My son just did the first episode reaction of Demons of the Shadow.
I seen that last night.
Yeah. So so if you guys can, it's my son Daniel and his cousin Reggie, my nephew Reggie. They're going to be doing reactions to that every week. I'm trying to convince them to do one more, probably Witch Hat, but something else. But they'll be doing a couple of reactions. And so we're hoping that we can build that up. We'll be dropping more of these clips over on Anime Heads. So watch stuff over there, because that's what helps boost up the algorithm and gets these, the channel out there. And we'll talk about it. We're also going to be starting to do giveaways. I need mods over there as well, man. I need actual mods over there on Anime Heads. I might end up having to, hijack a couple of people off of the panel and say, hey, go mod that channel for me. But some of y'all can also mod. I know there's people that would love to do it. So I got plenty of mods on the DA's channel, but we don't have any for Anime Heads. So if you're interested in being a mod, hang out over there. Okay. Hang out on that stream. I'll be looking in that stream to see who's active, who's going to hold it down on Anime Heads. And then we'll let you guys mod on the live stream. So if you haven't, checked it out, and then check out the channel in general. Again, the more watch hours we get, the faster it moves and the better it is for everybody. Okay. So that's that. Thank you guys for your patience on that. But yeah, my son's right now, my son, Daniel, he is doing the reactions to Demons of the Shadow Realm, which we'll be talking about on this one later today. All right. Enough of that. Let's get to the topics, man. That's what y'all came to see, man. You guys came to hear what we came to talk about. We got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of interesting topics, man. I want to start it off with this one right here, okay? You guys are familiar, I'm sure, with Toho Animation, right?
Oh, yeah.
Toho Animation, okay? You got what? JJK.
Yeah, My Hero.
Yeah. My Hero, Spy Family. I'm trying to think of what else there is. It's Kaiju number 8. I think Kaiju 8. I think Kaiju number 8 is on that. You got a lot of great anime coming there. Well, Toho says, look, we got a lot of ambition going right now, man. Toho Animation officially announces plans to produce 30 anime seasons per year by 2032. It plans to shift to a full-blown mass production phase. The goal is to move TV anime from being a secondary revenue source compared to movies to being the pillar of the company. Okay. And there goes some of the anime. Like I was saying, you got Spy Family in there, My Hero there, Dr. Stone. That's right. Dr. Stone.
Free Run.
JJK.
Yep. Free Run.
They produce some of the best anime out there. They're saying they're going to do 30 seasons per year. That's roughly 7 seasons per season, or 7 per season. That'll be 28, then a couple extra. Is this doable?
Oh man, that's a very good question.
That depends on what. You go ahead, Angel. You go ahead. My fault.
No, to me, they've been pushing out so much content as it is, and they work year round. From my understanding, right? Name like those drawers, they're always working year long. So, it's doable as long as they don't get burnt out. I hope that it doesn't burn them out as far as mentally to not be able to, finish other projects. That's the only thing that I'm concerned about, because this is a big task. Or unless they're going to bring on some more, animation writers, some more anime drawers, that's another thing that they could be able to do as well. But they're going to have to beef up their production rate to be able to, compensate for this. So I'm interested in seeing it. This is almost sounds like Paramount's kind of thing, where Paramount was talking about, hey, we're going to drop 30 movies in a year. Okay, we got to wait and see what you're going to do and how good the content is going to be. So, hey, I have no issues with it. If you feel that adamant to be able to want to, complete this task, handle it. Let's see if you could do it.
I think that's crazy. That's a crazy goal right there, man. 30 per year. And, it might be a little like a season could be like 12 episodes instead of like the 24 episodes. So it could be something like that. But still, that's a lofty goal. I would love to see them pull this off. But like you said, Angel, you start wondering, is the quality going to suffer because of it? Is the animation going to suffer? Are they going to start doing some, what you call it? Are they going to be doing some T-bait? All right, style animation. Are we going to be getting some One Punch Man season 3 levels of animation?
We can get some Invincible.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, what are we going to get out of this? Are they going to ramp up the production, but then also cut back on the quality? Because the quality is what we really care about, and this is what makes me a little bit nervous about it, man, because they know that, and we're going to talk about it in a minute. They know that anime is just growing. It's just getting bigger. That's why these studios are starting to shift. Like Toho is like Godzilla, right? Like that's what they're known for, right? They're known for Godzilla. They're known for live action. They ain't known. I mean, they're anime producing. Don't get it twisted. But you heard them in this previous tweet that they said right here. They said, yeah, man, we're gonna move TV anime from being a secondary revenue source compared to movies to being the pillar of the company. Because anime is where it's at. Everybody's watching anime. Anime is global, and it's cheaper to produce than a movie. So you got that as well. Stacy, what do you think?
I kind of agree with you and Angel. This is very ambitious, very lofty. I got to give them credit. They're aiming for the moon, trying to shoot for the stars. I think I see why they gave themselves the 6-year the 6-year goal there, because they're not just gonna charge full steam into it. They're gonna hopefully basically say, okay, look, we're gonna take it step by step, try and build it up. And I think at the very least, excuse me, what they want to do is they may want to try and have like a group of people handle all that stuff. So this could go back to what we talked about in the last show, where they want to try and develop and like get more people in there. If they do that right, that 30 is going to be a realistic target, probably even before 2032.
Yeah, they're going to ramp it up slowly. They're not going to go like this article even says. They're not going to just try to rush and go, from, what they're doing now to 30. Okay. So here's where it says Japanese entertainment company Toho revealed its expansion strategy for the anime business as a part of its financial results presentation for the fiscal year ending February 26, published on April 14. As reported by GameBiz, the company is looking to increase and accelerate its output while further strengthening its Toho animation brand and other in-house studios, aiming to build a supply system that would be able to deliver 30 anime seasons or cores, meaning about 12 episodes broadcast continuously over a 3-month period per year. According to the presentation, Toho will be shifting its anime production towards a full-blown mass production phase. By February of 2029, the company expects to reach a quota of about 20 anime seasons released per year. All right, so they're saying by like 3 years from now, 20. All right. And then aiming to achieve a production scope of 30 anime seasons per year by 2032. So they're going to, slowly build. They're not going straight for the 30. They're going to say, all right, let's try to get 20. And then probably, okay, let's see if we can do 25. And then let's see if we can do 30. They're going to try to, slowly ramp it up. While this means Toho and the studios will be pumping out an increasing number of anime titles, the final goal of the strategy is to strengthen the revenue base for its IPs through multifaceted monetization. This will also include long-term revenue from IP serialization, streaming, overseas expansion, and merchandise. So they're pouring money into this because they're saying it's not just the anime. All right, it's not just producing anime. We're going to hit it from every possible level, okay? The IP serialization, what does that mean? Live action, okay? Let's have these things moved over to live action as well. Streaming, obviously, overseas expansion, obviously, and merch. So they're trying to hit, every major IP that they own on multiple levels, not just producing the anime, but hitting it everywhere possible that they can go. It's a possibility that they could do this, but it's just very, very ambitious. Name. Do you have confidence in Toho that they're going to pull this off without a hitch?
I think it's going to be more difficult than we all realize because they're giving themselves a lot of time, but it's still like I sent a post, a tweet earlier from I think it was an animator or an animation director who was complaining that she has her workload is like way more nowadays because on top of having to animate, she has to cover for like inexperienced animators' mistakes, and I was wondering if that's a problem with like their internal training, like they're so short staffed that they just bring in whoever, or that they're outsourcing so much that they can't like quality control, as we saw with the Ascendance of a Bookworm, like season 4 opening controversy, where they had AIs in the background because they outsourced part of the opening animation to a Vietnamese company. So I think it can be doable. The question, like you guys have been saying, is whether the quality will hold up. Like, are we gonna start seeing more T-bait, One Punch Man season 3, or Invincible levels of animation? Or are they gonna start like waiting longer? Because like you can give them all that time, but what if they just like wait until the last minute and they're like, oh shoot, gang, 3 months left, we gotta throw something together, you know? Like
gotta get it out there.
happens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like I think was it Stacy or Angel? One of y'all said that it reminds you of what Paramount wants to do. Like Paramount, we're gonna produce 30 movies a year, and it's like, really? All right,
Yeah, that was Angel. He hit that one right on the nail with that. Whew.
Yeah, because it's like, again, you can crank out some bullshit and cover this quota. I would rather see them just, hey man, put out, like, let's say you could start with 20 quality seasons. All right. Well, because I don't think it's necessary to ramp it up this high, but I understand. They said it's amidst increasing demand. All right. Anime is growing. Anime is getting bigger and bigger. The demand is there. And so if you have studios right now, and all of these anime studios, they're all in the same boat. All of these cats over in Japan, they're all in the same boat. They see dollar signs. All they see is dollar signs. Okay. They know, hey man, this thing could go big. We have audiences all over the world, not just in the United States, not just in the West. You got them out there in the East. You got, China's trying to ramp up their anime production. Korea's trying to ramp up their anime production. People are watching it in India and Africa. People are watching anime all over the world, especially this current generation, Gen Z, Gen Alpha. It's their go-to. It's what they're going to. And, Hollywood, everybody's like, cool. You know what? We don't need Hollywood anymore. We're going to go watch anime. But by doing that, now you have created this demand that all of these studios are going to want to tap into and capitalize on. And I don't know, man, it makes me a little nervous. I'll be very honest with you. It makes me nervous to see how this thing is going to play out when it comes to, the quality, because the last thing we want is shitty anime. Also,
D, like you said, with the size of the anime increasing, the scope, we've mentioned this before in the chat, with the scope increasing, a lot of investors are going to be eyeing it now. Like Hollywood's starting to take notice after Demon Slayer and Chainsaw Man. Now that they know that this is viable, you also worry if they're going to start getting their grubby hands onto like, the production side or the creative side of things, saying like, we don't want that in there. Oh, censor that, cover that up. Because, and they're going to probably have to cave because like, that's where the money's coming from. So it's like, it's either you cave or you lose the money, which is like funding your production, which is what's keeping everything afloat. So that's another thing to worry about if they get too big, that they're going to have to start relying on like foreign money. And I know anime is a big business within Japan, but we got a lot, like there are like foreign entities that have a lot of money who would love to have like that level of influence over the younger generation. Right. Because we can't do it with Hollywood.
See, you already thinking like I'm thinking. It's like, okay, you hand them all of this money. It's like, okay, now we get a say-so in what you're producing. We get a say-so in what these characters, because everybody sees it. It's influential on the youth. And so, we can capture the youth and we can plug the youth into our ideology, if we want to, so yeah, we need more stories that feature these types of characters or these types of storylines. And to me, that's like, okay, you're getting away from the reason that people like anime. And I think that's going to be a major issue, in my opinion. But we will see how that all shakes out. Budget Cat says successes for Toho like My Hero, JJK, and Apothecary Diaries, plus acquisitions like Sar and Saru prove lucrative, prompting a $489 million content investment over 3 years, including anime and Godzilla expansions. Exactly. But see, again, the question now becomes, Budget Cat, are these guys going to start asking, like, when they start making that content investment, and people are investing in these anime studios, is that going to come with strings attached? There's enough problems in anime. We're going to get to the localizers in just a minute, because Madam Savvy had an absolute epic rant, bro. And we're going to read that rant, because that rant was perfect. But you start asking questions about it. Hey, is this going to lead to more problems down the line when it comes to localizers, when it comes to the content? What are they putting out there? Is it really going to still be Japan if you're getting a lot of foreign investment going into these studios? That's the question, man. That's the nervous. And on top of that, the quality. All right. Are we going to get some suffering from quality? So any last thoughts on that?
I would think like they would need to pick and choose what series they get their hands on, because they might get a series that may look good on paper, but if they don't look at the like sales of it, that's going to hurt That's gonna hurt their bottom line on the numbers because what's the use?
Yep.
What's the use of doing an anime on a manga that didn't sell well off of like 5 volumes?
Facts.
Yeah, and Stacy, even on that point, even if they do, I feel like you're gonna end up with some losers in the animation department because, like you said, there's gonna be big ones that they're gonna put all their time into, and then there's one that they decide to pick up, but they're like, it's not gonna do well, so they don't give it enough time, and it creates this negative feedback loop where it might have reached a bigger audience if you gave the time to it, but it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy where you think it's gonna fail, so you don't invest into it, and it fails because you didn't invest into it. So you're gonna see a lot of there's like JJK, Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer, like those like level titles, like they're gonna keep getting bigger, and like the smaller ones, like what is it, Drops of God, stuff like that's probably gonna get pushed to the wayside or like given less time.
Yeah. Tony, yeah, it's basically gonna be like 7-8 series per season.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. So a season is like 12 episodes. That runs. I mean, not a season. A season. Okay, so like 12 episodes that runs through right now we're in the spring season. So it's going to run from April through June every week. Okay, so 12 weeks of an anime. That's basically what they're talking about. So just in case anybody had any questions about that. Now the reason that we're seeing a lot of studios are starting to ramp up production. Okay, they say, hey man, kids all over the world are watching anime, grown adults are watching that. We gotta look, all of us are grown adults and we talking anime and we gotta stream and we do this and this. Everybody's rocking with anime, rocking with Eastern content. We're seeing more and more of it, and Japan is hip to the game, man. They're seeing the numbers. All right, this is from anime. All right, this is translated. It says Japan's anime market size to reach 4.1 billion by 2034, projected annual growth rate of 7.28% from 2026 to 2034. So you're talking about in the next 9 years, all right, it's going to grow another 7%. I don't think that really illustrates it well. I brought up the actual article, all right, which is also translated. The Japanese anime market is projected to reach US 4.1 billion by 2034. It says here, according to the latest report, Japanese anime market industry trends, share, size, growth opportunities, and forecasts. The global management consulting firm, this iMark, the Japanese anime market reached US 2.1 billion in 2025. So in 2025, last year, 2.1 billion that year. Net by 2034, they're thinking it's going to double pretty much. All right. They're predicting it's going to double what it is in the United States or in the Japanese anime market. It's going to double from last year, 2.1 to pretty much 4.1 billion by the time we get to 2034, which is in about 8 years. That is a absolutely astounding rate. Compound annual growth rate of 7.28%. So every year it's just 7% annually. This is why everybody is saying we got to push out more anime. All right. That's why Toho is making the decision that they're making. We got to crank out some more anime because it's predicted that it's going to absolutely explode. And because it's going to explode, you already know what that means. And we just got through talking about it. Lots of influence. Lots of people are going to be trying to jump into this space and dictate what happens next. What mangas are going to get adapted into anime, or how many, original anime are we going to make? Are we going to try our own thing? You see Netflix, the investment that Netflix is making into anime. Everybody is doubling and tripling down because they see this is where the dollars are at. All right. They know Hollywood is pretty much cooked at this point, and they smell blood in the water. They smell blood in the water, and it's like, all right, baby, it's time to go after this market and get to these young kids because this is the future. This is where we're going to make money from. So you got to start thinking, what does this mean? How is this going to affect anime? How is this going to affect anime when you see this kind of like explosion going on? All right. I want to hear from everybody. Let me start with Name. We'll shift it up to Angel and then down to Stacy.
I mean, continuing on like the thread of conversation that we were talking about earlier, I saw like Chibi Reviews like tweet earlier that like this like site that hosts hentai, they're like the payment processors are trying to like impose restrictions on them, like because like hentai's crazy. They got a lot of like different stuff, but like they want the payment processors to like some of this content like can you take it off the platform, or like we're gonna threaten to like pull.
Oh yeah.
So like you're already seeing that there, and like I know payment processors like they're already like being like big babies about a lot of stuff. Like I heard like they're trying to do something in the gaming space, and I think that got pushed back. So like they're just it's already starting, and we just got to take note of it and stop it. We got to cut it off at the root before they get any further, because if we let them get any level of influence, and that's why I'm glad that this like whole like the universal translator on X has really started opening up like conversations between people. For like we're seeing like people talk about like the ethics of piracy, from like a Japanese perspective, from like a Western perspective, and you're also seeing them like now they know more about the localizer stuff. They're like because probably like before they didn't even like care or realize, but now they're like, oh, they're really like fucking up like our translations. So like if that starts like reaching the right people, and then like we can get it maybe to like to Kaiichi, we can start seeing some progress. Some feet are gonna have to come down on the necks of some people.
Yeah, I think that the that situation that Chibi Reviews was talking about, we saw that we've seen that before. Like the payment processors, what they end up doing, and it's kind of stupid. All right. What they end up doing is they just create more piracy and more alternatives by doing this dumb shit. Instead of just saying, hey, look, man, that's your money. We're not going to try to police what it is that you're spending your money on, and, all of that kind of stuff, and try to change this platform. Because what ends up happening is they just create another alternative for people to run to, so it's better just to say, you know what, if you guys don't want to take my money, then I'll give this other company my money, and then so you end up like, these payment processors, you end up missing out on your own, like you cook your own goose, honestly, and you create competition for yourself.
And it's crazy, it's crazy, because like they don't say anything about the corn or the OnlyFans stuff. Like that's okay to them. Like, okay, yeah, give all that the money, but like for like some hentai, that now you got an issue with like now you suddenly have morals. It's like it's very twisted.
Yeah. But I mean, again, like I said, like to that point, like if you remember, like there was a point in time, and I'm just using this as an example, it's not one-to-one, but like Patreon used to allow anything goes. They used to allow chicks to do like, hey man, we can go out there and show our nudes and do this and this and this and all that kind of stuff on Patreon. As soon as Patreon pulled the plug on that because they didn't like it, guess what that created? OnlyFans. That's what happens. They create competition for themselves. That's the whole that's why it's a slippery slope. You're trying to be moralistic and jump into people's lives and tell them what they can and can't spend their money on. And then what ends up happening is another payment processor like, we don't care. Do what you want to do. That's your money. And then that's just going to create competition for the existing guys. And then it all falls apart. Anyway, Angel, what's your thoughts on this, man? Japan blowing up. They about to go big, man. How's this going to affect everything, man?
Okay, so I'm going to start the conversation off with my name. As a casual reviewer, somebody that's just getting into this anime, it scares me.
Yeah.
And the reason why it scares me is because they're throwing out, and this is going back to the last topic, and I might sound contradictive. I was supportive in regards to the aspiration of them doing what they're doing. But the thing for me is right now, there's so much content out there that I have not even touched or gotten near.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going to push more content out there that's going to be an abundance of oversaturation to me. Is going to make me feel like, okay, where should I really be looking? What should I really be viewing? Like right now, I like the pace. I like the pace that is going in regards to somebody that's new, that's somebody that needs to, that wants to get into this space and understand the space and understand what's going on. And I just feel like with the pace that is going right now in Western generation, like the Westerners want to come in and be able to dictate the pace, dictate the themes of some of these animes. And that's another thing that scares me as well. We're probably going to start seeing a lot of LGBTQ animes, a lot of, political driven animes that we don't need to see. So it's a slippery slope. I really want them to slow down. Like that's my, feeling from me just coming into this game. I would like for them to slow down because there's still such an abundance of old anime that's beautifully made, that has beautiful stories that people could be able to go back and watch and be able to enjoy as well, and still look forward to new things. You have to be able to understand what's going on. There's so much stuff out there. Like for me, I'm still really learning, and there's a lot of things out there. And I just really wanted to slow down a little bit. That's just my attitude in regards to it right now.
No, you're right. There's a lot of anime out there that, look, we'll never watch all the good anime that's out there. I'm already convinced of that. I've accepted it. All right. So, yeah, I don't think they're going to slow down, though. Okay, they ain't slowing down.
I know, but
not when there's money to make. Not when there's money. They see the blood. Like I said, they see blood in the water. They see that Hollywood has dropped the ball. Western, kids are not watching Hollywood like they used to. All right. Despite Hollywood saying, oh, the kids are going back to the movies. No, they're not. Not like they used to. Okay. They're going to watch anime. All right. A lot of kids, they're pirating it. I don't like, again, keep in mind that some of these anime studios was like, oh man, we lost billions of dollars, over the last couple of years with anime. We've lost billions. And they're still saying that it's about to explode and double up. So just keep that in mind. Stacy, your thoughts?
I kind of agree with Angel. Like this could be bad in terms of like overabundance, but I think one thing Japan's probably going to learn while they're doing this is basically realize, hey, we have what you want. You need us more than we need you. And I think that's the mindset Japan really needs to get into the mindset of, because if Hollywood and all them come along, they'd be like, you know what? We don't need you. We can basically go with other people. And hell, we can start our own streaming services to get this stuff out there. We don't need you. You need us, especially since you cooked your own comic book universes. You cooked your own studios. You basically drove your own audience away.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a great point, man. Like, look what Hollywood has done to their own franchises. Okay.
Yeah.
Look what they've done to comics. Look what they've done to Star Wars. Look what they're doing to Harry Potter. Like, look at what they're doing to their current, like their money. They're big heavy hitters.
Exactly.
Now you're gonna give them your anime shit. Like, man, you guys be careful.
Come on.
Careful.
Once they drop an anime a season, like within a year, they're gonna try to drop a live action. You know what I'm saying? Then they're gonna try to throw it in some theme park somewhere. Like, it's just the machine is going to roll it to the fucking ground, where it's not going to be something that's going to be beloved. It's going to be something that's just going to be a niche, fad for that time. And people are just going to consume it for the time and move on to something else. And that's what I don't want to happen to anime. I don't want anime to get to that point where it's just a niche subject to people and it's just nothing now. Like, anime right now is a topic where you could get anybody interested into it, even people that just are not really wanting to watch anime and they feel turned off to it. You could convince them as long as the storyline is something that's palatable to them. And I've been doing that a lot with females. Like, a lot of females that I know hate anime. They hate fucking anime. They don't feel like the pace, the stories. The first thing I tell them, just watch Free Rent. Watch Free Rent. I guarantee you will like Free Rent, because it's the pace that you like as a woman, is giving you the storyline that you like as a woman, and is making you involved and invested into the story. And a lot of them come back to me like, all right, Angel, thank you for that. Like, thank you for that. Like, they really give me props in regards to giving them something to be able to catapult into other things that they could be able to search. Because as all of us know, there's animes for a lifetime out there. And a lot of people are just digging into some of these things. Yeah. I'm just digging into some of these things. Like, and I've been around 47 years. So think about it. It's been around since my lifetime, and I didn't really know anything about it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to be able to learn something new. Like, you see me excited with the Japanese words. I learned how to say, a couple of words here and there, but
what you learn, bro? What you learning?
You didn't see the video I put in the chat?
I'll check it out. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I'll check it out. But look, that kind of that learning Japanese might be more important than you realize. We are now moving into the phase where people are getting sick and tired of these damn localizers, man. I talk about it all the time, man. I'm working on my own Japanese. I'm on my own journey to learn language because I love anime, and I'm sick and tired of localizers fucking it up. And Madam Savvy had an epic rant on X. She didn't speak it. She just posted it. I'm going to read this entire rant because it deserves to be read. All right. Grab onto your socks, folks.
Before you do, I picked this little item up over the last week because I'm sitting here like, I can't stand these localizers anymore. So guess what? I'm going to try and get into it. I'm going to try and create the competition. So that way they can either they can either ship up or shape up or ship out. Because that's what they need.
Handle that, yeah. Handle that.
That's great, man. I love it. I love it. Absolutely, man. Appreciate it. Look, Madam Savvy probably gonna appreciate it too, man. Let us read this rant. I'm reading this rant. I'm not going to do her justice because I'm pretty sure her voice was probably on 10. I mean, that's how I'm reading it. I'm reading it in her voice.
That's my wifey.
Man, let's listen to it. I fucking hate localizers with every fiber of my being. How many times do we have to do this song and dance that none of them care about Japan or its authors? How the flipping freedom flying fuck do you go from a cultural to a loser fucking nickname? Just bid on the author. It would get your intent across more, Crunchyroll. Oh, it doesn't translate. Do you not have Google? Can you not look up the concept of different cultures communicating differently? Well, it's being changed for by the. You start that again. Well, it's being changed for the no. Is being changed by losers who hate Japan for people who don't consume foreign media. Every single person who consumes foreign media is fine with leaving Chan, San, Kun, Senpai, etc. And because it's Japanese media made for a Japanese audience with Japanese people in mind. Why would you want to remove that, you colonizing culture defiler? I hate localization so much, so much. What she's talking about is right. And I think we were going to talk about this on the last one, but Crunchyroll just removes like the honorifics. Okay. So in this particular, I'm gonna blow this graphic up a little bit so you guys can see it. All right. So instead of saying Ard-san, all right, they said, could you just drop the Mr. and call me Ard? So it says, would you please call me not as Ard-san, but just as Ard instead? And it says, would you drop the Mr. and just call me Ard? And it says, then at the very least, how about using Kun instead? And in Crunchyroll, well, then how about Artie at least? And it says Kun, Ard Kun. Artie? Ard Kun. I look forward to the date. And over here it says Artie, I look forward to our date. So they don't like why not just put Ard Kun? We know what the Kun and the San and the Chan and the Senpai and all of these, we understand the honorifics. We understand them. Okay. There's no reason whatsoever to drop them. But drop them, Crunchyroll did, and then that just sent Madam Savvy all the way off. All right, Madam Savvy absolutely blew up the spot with this epic rant. Localization is just going to continue to be a problem. How do you fix it? Is it just AI? Is there? And let me ask y'all this. All right, I had a weird thought about this. Okay, and I want to ask you what you think. Is there a middle ground that can be found when it comes to? Because I already see this happening. I see a lot of these Japanese studios are going to say, well, look, if this is going to, if the audience, let's think about the audience for a minute, man. Who's the audience for anime? A lot of normies, a lot of people that they're not going to watch the subtitled version, right? They're going to watch it in dub. They're going to watch it in dub. Let's just be honest. That's what they're going to do. They're not going to watch the subtitle. They're not watching subs. They're watching dubs because that's easier. They don't have to read. Okay, they can just sit there and just let the language that they understand hit them in the face, and then all right, we don't have to worry about, oh man, I got to read the titles, I got to pay attention, I got to hear. They don't care who Japanese voice actors are, none of that. All right, almost all of us got our start in anime watching a dub until we realized that the sub was better. But nevertheless, is there any justification for the anime studios to say, you know what, if it's going to play better with their local understanding and their local language, the way the localizer is doing it, using Artie instead of Ard-kun, is there any justification for saying, you know what, if that's what those people want to listen to, let them listen to it, let it be the dub. But in the subtitle, it's going to get subtitled exactly the way it should have sounded and the way it should have been spoken in Japanese. We're not going to do any localization. It's going to be exactly what it sounded like for the subtitles. But if these people that are listening to dubs anyway just want to hear it in dub, then okay, you can localize the dubs. I'm trying to find a middle ground. I don't like either one of those options. I don't like that option, but I'm trying to find a middle ground to like local. Like you want to hear the local, I mean, not the dub version, the localized version, where they try to fit it within with your current cultural norms, like Western, localizer. Is that an option?
Can I say something before
Go
name
ahead,
goes off? Because I know name's gonna go off.
I don't know
All
if I said that correctly. Yeah, I know
So-
name is waiting to explode. So I'm gonna let name's gonna go last. Go ahead, Angel.
All right. So basically, this is my attitude in regards to it. I think that a third party that is dedicated to Japanese culture should be able to make like an application that anime heads can go to and be able to look at these things with the correct dialogue that should be there. That is my thought in regards to it. I think that we should get technical with this. We should get it to the point where an app should be made where somebody could literally put their phone next to the animation, and if they want to, it could listen to everything that they're saying in Japanese and automatically translate it correctly. You know what I mean? In English without any issues for that audience to be able to understand what is really going on. So I think that will work better if a third party took over it, where people will be able to gravitate to that instead of relying on a big tech company to be able to take care of that for them, where they'll still be able to skew the words in a different way that it shouldn't be. So that is my opinion. Name, I know you're about to go off, so handle your business, fam.
Wait. Stacy. Let's let Stacy go
Stacey,
first.
go ahead.
Stacy, go ahead, man.
We need another one. Go ahead.
I'll give you that one, Angel. But I gotta agree with Angel. I think, like, at the very least, we need something that's going to actually translate it as it's supposed to be. But other than that, I'm like, I'm with Lasher. Most of these localizers need some kind of competition that's going to make them say, "Hey, if we don't do the job, someone else will," because I think they're starting to get lazy. But I just think, like, right now something's got to force them to basically say, "No, we got to do this right." Because right now there's literally no penalty for them. If they don't get no challenge, they don't get threatened in terms of competition, then they really don't see the reason to do it, and they probably won't.
Yeah. And look, Tony is, he's saying he doesn't want a middle ground. I don't want a middle ground either. But we've already seen it in the chat. There's plenty of y'all that's like, I don't like reading subtitles. And so it's like, if you don't like reading subtitles, okay, watch. Hey, look, are you going to learn the language? Are you going to learn Japanese? If not, you're going to have to, take these localizers for, whatever they want to give you.
But I don't understand why they're tripping. Back in our days, DA, like, we loved to watch the subtitles. We were sitting there emulating, the Kung Fu movies when they had "You kill my father." Like, we were just acting ridiculous with the mouths.
But that's not a subtitle. That's a dub. See, that's what I'm saying.
No, but I'm just saying, like, but we had the subtitle under it, even though sometimes, in Japanese, we still had the subtitles there. So I'm just saying, we grew up in a culture that we're used to that. So to me, it's like these kids, they have that shorter attention span, and we know half of these kids do not know how to read. So that is really what the issue is. Half of them don't know how to read that much. So they rather listen to somebody speak it to them. Like, think about how audio books are more popular than regular books now. Like, a library is becoming a dying breed right now. To go to a library is scarce. You rarely see anybody there. And the only reason why they're there is to use up their internet. Nobody's really taking out books. So it's like, we need to get back to a culture where people are a little bit educated in regards to what they're listening to, what they're consuming.
You asking for young people to get educated?
See, I think
everybody's got a smartphone. They don't know how to do math anymore.
No.
They don't know how to use an encyclopedia. We have to use encyclopedias and dictionaries to look stuff up. They ain't got to do that no more. These young kids don't have to do any of that stuff, man. They got everything at their fingertips. It's right here on the phone. Oh, I'll just type in to get the answer right there. That's the problem.
Come on, they don't even know how to write in cursive. They don't even know how to write their own check. How you gonna cash your own check if you can't even sign your name? But y'all want money. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing to me. That's why I'm saying, like, we need to get back to that fundamental where people know how to read. People understand what they're consuming, because these kids don't know a majority of what they're consuming as far as reading wise. They're just listening. They're used to words.
They want to
know what I'm saying?
listen. Yeah,
So-
they want it on Easy Street. They don't want to
Yeah.
work for their anime. All right. All right,
Yeah.
Name. It's your turn, man. Name is ready to blow up the spot, man. Go ahead.
I mean, I agree with you, Angel. I think this is like, and I wish T was here. I think he would speak on this too. I think there's a lack of like drive in like modern generations, or like even for like older generation. When you hit a certain point, there's like it comes a point where like you just kind of don't want to like do more, or like if there are people that do more, they're very few and far in between, because you just reach a point of complacency. It's just kind of like why do I bother? Why do I put that much effort into it? And it is really hard because like Japanese is not easy. And it is easier to have something like fed to you either through the subtitles and then like or like even through the dub. And that it's like and that's the thing about the subtitles too. Like you guys are talking about, do we make concessions on the dub, but we stand our business on the subtitles? Guys, they're already changing the subtitles. Like the subtitle is usually like what they already use for the localizer script. Sometimes they might tweak it a little bit more for the spoken just to fit in the lip flaps, but most of the time it's already like the same guy who does the subtitles is the guy who writes localized script. So you got to change that person out. And you guys speak about competition. It's funny because the big competition is the pirate sites, or like the best example that Madam Savvy used, Muse Asia. That's the paid one. But the pirate sites, it's full of people who just doing it for the love of the game. They're not getting paid. You can even say they're engaging in criminal behavior. Why do they care? Because they do it because they love it. And it's crazy because like Crunchyroll was once a pirate site, and the heart of like anime is like as much as we hate to admit it, like it was very hard to get it in the beginning. Now it's like you got paid services, you can do it legally, but back in the day you had to go for some unscrupulous.
You had to work,
means.
man. Yeah,
exactly. And these guys are just doing it for the love of the game, and it's still like I would prefer to trust my Japanese because you can't translate everything, and sometimes like if they want to do it, what they do is like they have to put a little translator note, so that's more reading, and that's more reading that you have to do. And if you don't want to do that, that's it's like you guys said, it's like this generation, they just want everything easy, and with the rise of like AI and ChatGPT, I feel like that's just gonna make them more complacent. Now they're just gonna start like, oh, ChatGPT, can you translate this for me? And then now you're gonna have to start asking questions like, is ChatGPT gonna give you the correct translation, or like whoever's like programming it, are they gonna start like putting people with agendas as the programmers to like gaslight you? Because that's the thing. Like my friend and I were talking about this. Is like we're talking about like who like whoever controls the information controls the people, and like that's why like it's hard. But learning Japanese has like been so freeing for me because like now I don't even have to trust like the subtitle. Like I'm sure like not everyone has bad intentions. Like these subtitles are like way better than the official ones, but sometimes I just see a word or I hear a word and I'm like, I know that. I don't need to like look at the subtitle. I know what that means.
I know what he's saying.
And it just gives you like this good feeling. It's like you accomplished something, but also like you understand it like on a deeper level. Because like
learn Japanese, ladies and gentlemen. Learn the language. Now look, see this guy here, Corbin. Yeah. Look at this guy, Corbin. And this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about. There are people out here like this guy, Corbin, all right, who said, honestly, I like the arty one better. Let me blow that up. Honestly, I like the arty one better. I understand that Kun is supposed to emphasize a kind of closeness, but as an English speaker, I simply don't understand the value, whereas adding the Y to the end of his name is definitely more of an English-speaking way of trying to be cute. And then Savvy comes back and says, except you could go look it up and suddenly you realize that value system and wow, you learned something. Was that so hard? Corbin comes back. Not everyone wants to pause watching their show to go look something up to understand what's going on. This is the laziness that we was just talking about. Not everybody wants to do that work, okay? You may want to, and good for you for it. I do myself as well, but I also understand that not everyone is going to want to stop what they're doing to look shit up. And this is the danger because these anime studios, look, we just saw, hey, man, we're making 30 anime, a season, which are 30 anime a year, Toho. And all of these anime studios, they're going to cater to people like Corbin. And they're going to say, look, Corbin, hey, man, he's right. A lot of people ain't going to want to go look up Kun, Chan, San, and try to understand the meaning. It's just better just to give it to them in their language. That's their native language. They get it. They understand it. Let's just give it to them like that. I'm not cheering for that, but I'm saying from a financial standpoint, you kind of makes it's like if this is going to make this anime a little bit more palatable, right? That's why they do it. That's why they do it. It makes it more palatable to those local, to those Western audiences, even though it sucks for those of us that just wants the pure. But go ahead, Nate.
It's the bigotry of low expectations. That's how they keep you dumb, and that's how they keep you in line, because they establish themselves as the authority. So you and generally people they want to trust like an authority, and they want to believe that what they're doing is right. So they're like, oh yeah, if they say it's all good, then it's all good, and they're not even looking deeper into it. I'll give you a funny story. So my friend, he's like a white guy. He's like a Japanese fan. He used to he used to he's a weeb, and he had a whole phase where he was calling he was adding kun to the end of our names, and he was getting flamed in a chat because some people thought he was using the slur, and he was like, bro, I'm using Japanese, bro, and so that and they don't understand that because if you don't see if you don't hear it in the dub or you don't see it in your subtitles, that's like Madame Savvy said, that's the whole world that you don't know anything about. So he was getting flamed on, and he it was funny, bro. Because we were in a game community, and he was getting canceled. People were saying go unsubscribe to this racist channel, and I'm like, bro, I was just laughing because it was bro, he didn't even mean it that way. But yeah, that's just that's it's just a knowledge thing, me personally, I just like knowing more about the world, and they have a really fascinating way of dealing with things, in the West and in in American society, we're more friendly, we're outgoing. That's why it's such a huge culture shock to them, because we're all like, oh yeah, bro, what's up, yeah, and we're so friendly to them, whereas they're more reserved. They have ways of speaking around something. I was my Japanese teacher was teaching me some stuff. It's it's basically I'll give you it's an abridged example, but they're saying if you want to invite someone out, you tell them that you tell them not to go. And I'm like, what does that mean? In English, that's what it sounds like. But in Japanese, it's basically you're asking you're telling them, you use you phrase your sentence as a way in a way where you're telling them not to go to ask them to come. I don't know how to explain it. That's why it's so hard, because you can't always one-to-one translate these things. You just have to learn it. Because
and that's the question is, if you're trying to if you're just some dude watching, a TV show, you just want to enjoy the TV show. You're not interested in learning Japanese. You just want to watch a good, show. So, hey man, I heard Death Note was great. I want to watch it. And then you sitting here trying to unpack all of the nuances to the language that just I don't really care about this. I just want to watch the show. Some people want to deep dive into Japanese culture, like myself. We want to understand the differences of how they phrase things. Like you just said, sometimes they say it's a negative, but it's really a positive. And it's how do you understand that unless you deep dive into the language? A lot of people want look, Madame Savvy clearly understands that. I get it. But there are people that will simply say, can you just tell me the story in my language? All right. I seen Lasher right here say Lasher is out saying the problem isn't that I can't read. I'm quite fond of reading novels, science-based books on physics and religion, comic books. I don't want to read my TV. That's a lot of people. They don't want to read the subtitles. They just want the language just given to them. And then it's okay, then can we just understand exactly how they put it? But like you just said, Name, some things there's not a one-to-one translation.
May I ask a question?
Localizers come in, but the localizers are fucking it up because now they're just they're going far. They're going too far, And so how do you handle that situation? How do you resolve them? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is.
Can I ask a question? Would it be feasible for the animation companies just to sell the content to Western companies and allow them to whatever they're going to kind of do with the subtitles to do what they're going to do, so they could have that comparison? No, let me to have that comparison to go back to the original anime, so they could be able to understand the feel and the difference and the words. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's just, if you allow these Hollywood companies to just show their face cards and fail, maybe it will benefit, the East more better in regards to
are you talking that's what they did with the 4Kids dubs, in retrospect, everyone's the 4Kids dubs were trash because they did a lot of they had to cut out and censor so much stuff, I heard like One Piece was censored so badly, like Captain Smoker was like eating lollipops or something. I'm like, bro, like you're starting to get into like.
No. You're actually right on that name, but it wasn't Captain Smoker. It was actually they just had Smoker have his mouth open all the time for some reason, just so that way they could say, here, this is how he's got he's got the smoke powers. It was Sanji who they had basically eating lollipops because he was smoking cigarettes. They didn't want that in there either. But yeah, to answer Angel's point, we need to get back to saying, hey, you know what? Learn, constantly find ways to improve yourself. Yes, that means write in cursive. Hell, guess what? I practice cursive when I'm writing my when I'm writing here at home, because I know for a fact, hey, guess what? I got sheets when I'm at work where guess what? They're gonna need me to sign off on something. That way I know I'm doing it professional. Second, if we're talking about learning Japanese, and that's not a problem. Why? I got a whole bunch of anime DVDs and Blu-rays. If I want to pop in and learn something, guess what? I'll pop it in, right? And basically when they're putting the lyrics in Japanese on the subtitles, I'm writing that down and I'm pronouncing that stuff. That's what we need to start doing.
You kill two birds with one stone. You learn and you have fun. Like, learning anime is like it's so fun. Like, it's like, you're here, you're seeing the fight scenes, you're hearing the dialogue. It's like, bro, I understand what you're saying. It's hitting me, like, and like you said, Stacy, like, dude, it's just another flex you can have on your card. It's like, I know how to speak Japanese. Now I can go pick up Japanese girls. You go to your Japan trip. Now you got some riz in your pocket, bro. It's like,
yeah, that's what it's all about. Getting that riz in your pocket.
Dude,
so go out to Japan and start picking up on the chicks. Hey, look, at the end of the day, I think anime studios are got a big decision to make when it comes to localization, because it's starting to piss off a lot of fans. It's starting to piss off a lot of mangakas and anime folks all over the world. And, like we saw the whole Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas stuff from Uma Musume. I was just sitting there like, what the fuck is that shit, man? But we are going to start to see some of these companies just say, hey, let's just go full AI. Let's just translate everything with AI. That's going to put a lot of voice actors and a lot of localizers out of work. And you know what? So be it. It is what it is. All right, guys, let's move on, man. Speaking of studios that, look, we see Toho, what's Toho doing? Toho is trying to ramp up production, and they seem like they're doing all right with that. We'll see how that goes. Another studio had a really, really bad year, and I was kind of surprised to see this, man. Studio Kai enters insolvency after reporting a 565 million yen loss in 2025's fiscal year. That's bad, man. That is absolutely bad, man. So Studio Kai has done some pretty, like, I think they
did Sentence. They're doing Snowball Earth. I think they're doing some other stuff, dude. They're really cool. Like, they're not like, they're underrated, I feel. I met some of the people from Studio Kai at like 2023 Anime Expo, I think. And they're really cool. Like, they're really passionate about what they do. Like, I was there for like a Kamen Rider anime that they do, which I definitely recommend. It's really good. And they put their back into it. Like, they tried so hard to emulate the live action style. Like, they're talking about like a specific attention to detail. And I just really like that about them. Like, they don't, they're not like as big as like MAPPA or Studio Bones or like UFO Table, but like, it just sucks to see like any like good company, especially like these guys care about the art. They're not like, trying to push a message. Like, they just want to make good stuff. And it just sucks to see like, they're just losing, and because like there's just so much to watch.
We were talking about Sentenced to Be a Hero all like freaking winter. I mean, that was like one of probably most of our
dynamite.
Favorite.
Oh my god, season 2.
The animation is I mean, it is cold, man. They did such a good job with Sentenced to Be a Hero. It's talk about Uma Musume as well. They bring up a couple of other Skeleton Knight and Another World. I haven't seen that one, but I heard
Brandon says that's good. Brandon says that's good. I might need to check that out one day too.
And yeah, man, it's hard out there for a pimp, man. They struggling. Insolvency, 565 million yen loss. And this is when I start thinking, shit, how much money might they have made? Again, the piracy is an issue, man. These companies, it's like, all right, a good studio like Studio Kai, they probably, okay, we baked a little bit of that piracy into our bottom line, but now it's like, shit, man, we insolvent. All right. And now it makes you really think, okay, what is the damage being done to studios and creatives that we actually care about? and we want to see them continue to do great things. What's going on? Like, again, like this is why it's hard for me sometimes when it comes to Crunchyroll, when it comes to some of these, like I think High Dive is fine. But when it comes to Crunchyroll, it's like I want to make sure that these guys get paid. All right. I want to make sure that the cast that made Studio or Sentenced to Be a Hero, I want them to get there because this type of shit is going to close the studio down. All right. I don't think piracy is 100% at fault, Budget Cat. I'm not saying it's 100% the fault of piracy. There's a lot of factors that go in, but I don't want to be a part of that. Like where it's like, well, shit, I'm pirating this. And it's like, I'm not going to give my bread over here because again, all of that stuff, it adds up. It adds up over time. And eventually you get to that point where it's like, well, shit, everybody's stealing it through piracy. We can't make no money off of this. We losing 565 million yen. We got to pull the plug, man. It's over. So I'm not saying it's 100% at fault, but that is a factor of it. You can't deny that pirates are not paying the studios. All right. They're not paying the studios for the anime that they're watching. Name is quiet right now.
I have a question. I have a question I want to ask. So to me, what I'm confused about in regards to this, and I understand the yen, right? Is the yen a little bit more valuable than the US dollar right now? Or because to me, like I just went online just to see how much the loss in regards to US value. So in US value, this is about $3.4 million. So my question is, what is their value in regards to the company? Is the company because
they're a small studio. They're not a big studio.
So they're not like in the billions or nothing like that yet. They're still in a couple of hundred millions or so. Like that's why I'm trying to understand the gravity of the situation, because I'm trying to see what their value is in regards to a studio.
Well, they filed for insolvency. Like to me, that insolvency that means this company can't pay its bills. Basically, is what they're saying. Yeah, that right there is like shit.
at this point, though, they still have a chance to fix this. They just have to look very closely at what decisions they make. That's going to be determining whether or not they shut their doors for good or if they can get out of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Studio Kai, I'll just read this paragraph so y'all understand it. Studio Kai, established in June of 2019 as a subsidiary of 80K Emotions. Shortly after its founding, it absorbed a portion of Gonzo Anime Production and intellectual property and rights management business through an absorption-type company in 2019. The studio quickly built a portfolio of notable projects, contributing to both the original anime and adaptations across a range of genres. There's some of its key works, all right? Like, again, I think Sentenced to Be a Hero. I've seen a little bit of Uma Musume. I've heard of Skeleton Knight. I really haven't heard about the rest of these. Okay. But it says, despite a solid lineup of production, the studio has struggled financially since its inception, posting consistent losses that ultimately led to the current insolvency situation. Entering a state of insolvency, meaning the company is unable to pay its debts as they come due. This does not necessarily mean immediate closure, but it places the studio under legal and financial restructuring processes. The outcome could range from reorganization and continued operations under new management to a full winding down of the business, depending on creditor negotiations and court decisions. The news is a significant blow to the anime industry, where smaller and mid-sized studios often operate within thin margins and face increasing production costs. Studio Kai's situation highlights the financial pressures many animation houses continue to face, even when attached to popular franchises. So it's a major, major, major issue. This is also an oversaturation problem, Budget Cat. But this is like, again, going back to my original point, you got anime, it's popping, all right? It's big, it's huge. It's not going anywhere. Everybody wants to get in on this. You got a studio like Studio Kai that, in my opinion, is doing things the right way. We're making great content. Like I said, Sentenced to Be a Hero, like that put them on the map, and I think they are absolutely dynamite. So I want to see this company continue to get big projects and grow, but they're not going to be able to get big projects and grow when they're insolvent and they can't pay their bills. That's the problem with you. So I don't know what the overall cost or worth of the studio is, but if you can't pay your bills, you're about to go out of business. And then that sucks because, again, some pretty decent, work has been done by this studio, Thoughts? Crickets.
Yeah.
Look, going back to the previous point before we read the article, I'm not an analytics guy or like a business guy. I don't know how much money like the streaming, like, you know, subscription actually goes towards the studios, like, because it's not just one studio, it's like several studios. So like, you know, it's like, do they get paid when it's like, you know, when their show gets streamed, or like, did they just get paid a flat fee? Like, I don't know how that works, but I know like some studios, like Studio Trigger, one of my favorite studios, they have their own like little animation store that they said, like, you know, if you buy from that store, the studio gets paid. Like, of course, like, you know, they're gonna have to pay for like the shipping, you're gonna have to pay for like the guy who, like, you know, creates the stuff, but a lot of the profits like go directly to them. There's like less middlemen than if you were to buy like a DVD or like, you know, or stream something. So it's like that's another thing that's like difficult about like all these like business transactions, especially like international ones. It's always coming through like some third party. There's always like hands involved. You're passing it around, you know. Pause. It's going through like so many people's like, you know, hands before it reaches you, or like goes back to like the other person. So it's like I like you said, like ideally I would like to just take out the middleman. Like, you know, I would just like to deal with these studios directly, but that's not how like the world works, you know, because like business, you know, because of like importing, exporting, it's like really, really complicated. Like there's so many, like, even legally, there's so many like hurdles that we have to jump through just to, like, you know, show our support. And it's not easy, man.
Look, Slick, can fans and consumers afford it? He's talking to Shalifi, but I'm going to steal this. We know companies like to raise prices on anything that's popular. That's the problem, right? Crunchyroll has been hiking their prices up and make it unaffordable to have Crunchyroll. You know,
everything is going up nowadays. Everything's
going up. Everything because everybody's trying to cash in. Right, everybody sees the anime is popping, and then it's like, all right, it's time to cash in on anime. You know, let's raise our prices, let's produce more, let's, you know. But there's always a trade-off with all of that, you know. And now the trade-off is more people are going to pirate, and that means less money going. You know, again, people's like, I think Sentence to Be a Hero was the greatest anime of the year. It might win anime of the year. It was that good. Okay, it might win anime of the year for 26 when we come around to it next year. And Studio Kai ain't making nothing off of it. They are insolvent. That's the takeaway. So again, there's a lot of things that could have possibly, Budget Cat has named a few of them, and you're not wrong, Budget Cat, whatsoever. But you, the end user, you, the consumer, you start thinking, okay, I don't want Studio Kai to be broke because I like what they put out. What can I do to help them out with that? Maybe I can go and buy a whole lot. Like Name will go out and he'll say, hey, man, I'm going to buy all of the merch that Studio Kai puts out. So that way I can have that merch for myself, but I won't like get a streaming service so that money can somehow find its way back there. You know, I'm not going to do that. So no judgment. I'm just putting the information out there because I think it's an interesting topic. I think that when you start to see good studios suffer, you start wondering, okay, how did they resolve this? Because Studio Kai probably going to end up going out of business. They probably going to end up closing up shop. And they did great work. And it sucked. And then meanwhile, who's T-Bait Studio? What's the name of that studio? God. They're going to still be cranking out bullshit like T-Bait. You know, that's like, fuck, man. You know, that's how I see it, you know, and I don't want that to happen, but I'm just one guy, you know, talking to the darkness. You know,
like I know this may be off topic, but do you guys think that Crunchyroll may become the next Netflix of anime? Where they're just
already are in a way.
But they're gonna consistently upcharge. You know what hurt me today, and I know this is off subject, DA, but the fucking AMC A-list.
Oh yeah, I got that email too, Angel. I was like, $30 a month. It's still
$30, and then you're not gonna wait till next year. You're not gonna start it straight up in July.
Right now. You know what I hated about that email, Angel? They made it so flowery. They had all this like flowery text. Oh, we're doing so good. We have all these movies coming out, and then they put in the middle like, oh, we gotta raise our price actually. And this time, exactly. Like last time, at least they gave us an extra showing. Like, give me some like popcorn or something, bro.
Yeah,
like,
free popcorn.
That was dirty. I was mad too, man. I wasn't going to bring it up, but now that you brought it up, man, I was pissed. All right, I was pissed. But they know, hey, look, they know they got a big summer coming up, and they know they can get extra money off. Especially everybody's going to want to go watch all of these movies that are coming out in the summer. So there it goes. So yeah, all of these companies are getting greedy, raising their prices. You know, it's kind of fucked up. It really is, man. All right, look, let's keep it pushing, man. Got more topics, guys. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. Smash the like button, all right, if you have not already done so. Look, this is where, speaking of movies, This is how it's done. Okay. This is how it's done. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Infinity Castle, first movie, finishes its theatrical run. Finally, after 266 days. This thing sat in theaters for damn near like what, 7, almost 8 months, or no, 9 months, right? Damn near 9 months.
9 months.
Because it came out what, November, right? October or November?
No. It came out in like August or September or something like that, right? So it's all September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Yes, 8 months.
About
8 months and some change.
Late September, late August, early September.
Okay.
Yeah. They look, everybody, okay, they're gonna go in January, and then we're gonna be able to go get it on VOD, and then we're gonna get our Blu-rays. And nope, they were like, nope. You want to watch it? Well, they re-released it in theaters a couple of times. All right, they re-released it and say, hey, go back and watch it in theaters if you want to see it again. Amazing. This is exactly what you need to do. Okay, this is exactly what you need to do. You let this shit sit in theaters, and you can't get it on VOD. You're gonna train your audience. Now, the next Demon Slayer movie that comes out, guess where everybody's going to? Hey, man, I can't wait for this thing. I'm going to watch it day one. I'm going to watch it again the following weekend, and so on and so forth. You're going to train your audience to go to the theaters, and you're going to make even more money on the next run. And then after that, the third movie is going to make even more money than that because it's wrapping up the whole thing. This is how you do it. All right. Hollywood needs to learn from this. You got to unlearn what you have learned when it comes to your audience, and you got to treat them, hey, this thing gonna be sitting in theaters for 7, 8, 9 months, and if you don't go see it in theaters, guess what? It ain't gonna be available for home video, and you're gonna wait. And then, like I said, the following, how much? Look, what did Demon Slayer make in theaters? I gotta look that up.
Apparently,
I think it was like around 800 million, right?
Yeah, because even Tony,
800
million.
Yeah, like this is how you do it, man. You keep it in theaters. Nobody's watching it. Nobody can. Oh, I'm just gonna wait 4 weeks, and then I'm gonna get the VOD copy or whatever. I'm gonna pay like $20 or whatever and rent it on V. Like, nah. You're gonna watch it in theaters. You're gonna give us that money directly, and that's gonna build. Okay, yeah, $740 million worldwide.
I don't know. I've read 802, so it's.
I guess everything. Yeah. Like every
varies
depending on where it's, because I think the market actually had. Let me see if the market.
Yeah, because they had the film grossed for 40.21 billion yen, which is 271 million, and then 600 internationally.
That's crazy, man.
Was that 20 million? Was that 20 million?
And that's off of Box Office Mojo. So I kind of rely a little bit on their stuff.
Hey, Angel.
Yes, sir.
What was the budget in yen off of Box Office Mojo?
We could check that out.
Yeah, they got it at 781 over on the numbers. Yeah. So, yeah, again, they kept it away from the home video audiences, and they forced anybody that wanted to watch this movie to take their ass to a theater and plunk down bread. And guess what? Those same people, they're going to go and buy it on Blu-ray. They're going to go and buy it on, they're going to rent it. They're going to watch it again, but now you doubled up, right? And then, like I said, now they ain't going to wait another night. When that thing drops, when is it? I think the next one is dropping in 27.
Yeah.
When it drops in 27, part 2, they're not going to wait. All right, I'm just going to wait for it to drop on streaming. Bro, they're going to watch that shit immediately because they already know, man, they ain't going to push this thing on home video or anything like that for the next fucking 9 months. All right.
Stacey, to answer your question, it was 3 billion yen, which is equivalent to US dollars, about 20 million. So 20 million budget, and they made 781 million.
They broke the bank.
The bank.
This is how you know. Look, UFO table's not going to be insolvent. They say, nope, we ain't going insolvent, baby.
But maybe they should man,
we making bread out here, baby.
Yeah, instead of dropping shows, drop animes. Drop movies. Drop good quality movies that somebody's gonna go in there and watch, and you could be able to at least make your profit to start off going towards the shows afterwards. Like, Senses to Be a Hero, put that shit in the movie theater. I guarantee you, especially with the buzz right now that it has, that would make money in the movie theater for you guys. Like, and then leave it in there as long as you can to profit, and you could be able to get out of Insolvent, you know, the term that you was, you know, categorizing that we're in, get them out of that deficit, and then you could be able to start budgeting yourself to get towards different animes and different shows that you could be able to, you know, your pet projects. It's a way that these guys can be able to do this. It's just, you know, like I said, that's why the flip side of dropping so much content sometimes doesn't work out for you, because there's a lot of misses compared to hits.
Yeah.
You know, so you need to try to focus on your hits more than your misses. Like, you know, Census to Be a Hero, that should be a pet project right now. Y'all should be on season 5 right now in regards to the animation. Like, y'all should be ahead of the times right now and what's going on with the story and the animation. So, yeah.
See, I think what they could do with Sentence to Be a Hero, they can find a plot point that's going to set up, like, if they could do like what Fairy Tail did. Fairy Tail actually released a couple movies, but there was one that was very inconsequential. It actually led to what was known as the final season of the original Fairy Tail show, where it was its own story. But at the end of it, it literally said, "Get ready, the final season's coming." And if Sentence to Be a Hero does that, solvency will be a thing of the past.
They need a good movie out there. I think that if you to see that shit in IMAX, drop that whole season in IMAX in a movie theater. Like, I would go there and pay for it just to watch it in IMAX.
You know, they've done that.
2D
they do that move where they will take the first 2 episodes. Like Demon Slayer did this a lot. They take the last 2 episodes of the previous season and the first 2 episodes of the next season, and they'll put that in theaters. I don't know if that does a lot for the, you know, how much they make off of those, because usually those are just in theaters for a weekend. They don't really like sit in theaters for months and months and months. They'll just be there for like a weekend, and then they make whatever they make, and then that's it. It was more of a way to preview the next season more than anything. We see that with the Crunchyroll anime nights, where they just say, "Hey, man, we got like a couple of episodes. We're just going to show it during this Crunchyroll thing." And I know Crunchyroll is probably making money off of that. But I don't know how much people want to watch like seasons of TV in the theaters. I think people want to see movies. You know, it's like, okay, like if you took like what they did with Demon Slayer, hey, we're going to take the final chapters of this very long running popular anime, and we're going to take those final chapters and we're going to make a movie out of it rather than just have a season of television. You know, like they should have did that with My Hero, to be honest with you. My Hero Academia, the final season should have been a movie, you know, or 2 or 3 movies. You know, they should have said, all right, we're going to take this season and we're going to cut it up into 3 movies, and just the same thing Demon Slayer did, and they would have made all the money. You know, they would have they would have killed it. But, you know, they just threw it out on. And again, it's an anime, you know, it's a TV show. So it's like, you know, okay, it's for television.
It's just me being something, you know, casual. I would love to see. I would go back to the movie theater. I'm not saying that they have to drop the season, just put it like into one big movie. Just drop it one big movie, put it in the movie theater.
Yeah,
you're good to go. Like to me, they could re-release that whole first season, and I think they will make a little bit of money where it could help them out with regarding their debt, because you have a lot of people that have been talking about it, but some people can't afford Crunchyroll, and I guarantee you, a couple of them will go to the movie theater to watch it. Especially if you have a friend like, hey, I'll treat you as bro. You know, that's money in their pockets. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Like, a word of mouth helps, and especially if that word of mouth gets out there for the movie. Y'all could put it out there just for a weekend. Y'all make a little bit of money to help you out. It's just different ways that I'm just thinking about, you know.
No, you're not wrong, because I want to cite Toys and Toys and Tees in the chat. Just said, same with Fire Force. That ending was the hardest anime crossover straight up. Think about it like this. If you have someone who's a fan of Fire Force and they never seen Soul Eater, take them to, like, they could have took the last 4 episodes and made a movie out of it. Now, guess what? Not only do you sell Fire Force into the sunset in such an amazing way, now you got somebody going, wait a minute, that actually led to another one? Okay, I need to check that out now. That's literally what's one of the best ways to do it.
Yeah, word of mouth nowadays is everything. It's everything nowadays. Like, commercials don't matter no more. Like, none of that matters. It's about the word of mouth. Who went to that movie theater and seen that shit? Excuse my language, but who's seen it? Who went in there and paid attention and could give you a good theory, a good, you know, story of that movie theater, hypes them. Like, I could hype anybody off of something that I've seen or something that I watch. and they'll sit there and give it at least a try to say, hey, I'm gonna go watch it. So word of mouth is so powerful right now. It's bigger than any type of $200 million budget you want for any type of, promotion that you have out there. You could put lasers, anything. It don't matter. Nobody's paying attention to that anymore. It's about the quality of that movie. Did I enjoy it? Would I take somebody else to see it?
Yep. 100%. Yeah, I think getting movies in theaters is definitely a smart move. Hats off to UFO Table, Demon Slayer. Like, again, this is what I've been begging Hollywood to do. Japan did it. They cleaned up.
Yeah,
and
they're still talking about they're still talking about like 45. 45-day windows, and then like maybe we'll think about 90. Like, bro, come on, 266 days. They're kicking your ass, bro. And
266. Yo, that's how it used to be when we was coming up, man. When we was kids, shit sat in theaters forever, and you didn't see it on video for a year or longer. All right.
And then when it's and then when it was at the Blockbuster, like at the red box of your library had it, it'd be like checked out. Like you'd have to wait for weeks for it to cycle around because there's just like a list of people waiting for it. But dude, Japan, I think they have a pretty healthy theater culture. Like every time a movie comes out, you see so many posters, so many collabs. Like they have merch stores like at the theater in Japan. Like I know AMC's starting to do that a little, but like they have like really specialized stuff that's like, okay, I gotta go see this because this is like movie exclusive stuff. This is the only stuff that I can get if I go see the movie, buy a ticket, and go in. And it's like they need to do more of that in like the US because like there's not much incentive. Like the prices are high, like the movies are bad. Like there's no incentive to go out if you don't have like AMC A-list like we do. Like it's just like you're taking a chance for like at least $15. In like some states it's more. And depending on like what format you're buying, you're taking a chance on like you're praying that the movie is good because the critics will say something, and sometimes you believe the critics. But like if it's bad, then you just wasted your time. You wasted your money too.
Yeah, it's like what Angel said. It's the word of mouth that can basically kill or set you up, knock you off, or set you up, and that word of mouth can go either way.
Let's talk about word of mouth real quick. Witch Hat Atelier. You guys watched it?
Oh my God. Episode 3. Woo!
I have not seen it, but I've heard so many good things about it.
Episode 3.
Okay. You like it, so you watching it. I've seen 3 episodes. I think so
that's
far,
it.
so good.
Damn, you switching up on free reign, Angel? You switching up on free reign?
It's on that free reign level. It's like to me, it's on that level, dude. Like the attention that they paid to in that episode makes me so optimistic for the future. And then to see the teaser and the end of it, what? Come on, man, yo.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Name. You checking it out? You all caught up on season?
I've only seen the ones that we saw at the anime nights. I said, after I'm done with my Gundam binge, we're gonna be back to our regular scheduled programming. But I did make sure to watch a lot of the first episodes of like each of at least like a lot of the stuff on my watch list. So like if that was a conversation, I could talk about like at least the first episode of everything. I haven't seen this like the second or the third, but I have like a good idea. I have a good idea of like where these things are going to start, or like where they're going to go.
I gotta address Budget Cat. Why you guys only watching new anime, bro? Do you know how much anime I watch, man? I don't just watch new anime, man. I'm doing a rewatch right now of Black Clover. I'm doing a rewatch of I'm thinking about doing Names Gundam Run. So I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I might do it. I know I have
to. Bro, it's so good, bro.
I'm thinking about it, but I got so much stuff to watch. Not just the new stuff, the old stuff. What was the other one that I was rewatching? Oh, and then I'm watching the cook. What's the cook? Not the cook.
Campfire cooking and
campfire
solo camping.
Solo camping for 2.
Yeah.
So I got and I'm always in One Piece. I'm always watching an episode here and there of One Piece constantly, man. We are not watching just new stuff. But we talk about the new stuff.
We understand like there's a lot of classics. Like I'm watching Gundam right now, but like we want to make like this. Like
Black Clover is new anime. What is he talking about?
No. Black Clover came out. I want to say before 2016. It was a sleeper hit. It was on
Yeah.
Toonami at the time, and it was a sleeper hit. Nobody was paying attention to it. The only
Yeah,
Oh,
but
you
like-
talking about going all the way? Okay, I got you. He talking about like, hey man,
Look,
y'all need to go back to the 70s and the 80s.
We're trying to grow like not only DA's channel but the Anime Heads channel, and like how we do that is by covering recent trends. Like, of course, we're gonna go back and honor like the classics, but like we have to stay on front of like the news, you know, like and whatever that is, like we're gonna talk about it. Like we're not gonna talk about like some like scandal that happened like, you know, like a few years ago. It'd be interesting like as a history lesson, but like, you know, like our focus is like right now, especially because we have like spring 2026 in the topic. That's the kind of stuff we're gonna talk about. But occasionally, and you know, I'm gonna try to bring it up. The Gundam stuff, you know, I'll bring that stuff is crazy, bro. Like it's a long one, but it's
watching Tokusatsu, man. We watching all kinds of stuff over here, man.
Yeah,
Ain't got us
some
doing it
crazy
all,
stuff.
man. Don't even worry about it. We get to the old stuff too, but tonight's show we're talking
and
about.
you guys drop that stuff too. Like, you know, DA's got like a huge list of like everything you guys been recommending him, and like, you know, it's harder for him to watch if you guys keep recommending him. We love the recommendations, but we're humans,
man. Lupin the Third,
real.
man, that's still just like brained in my head, man. It's like I gotta watch.
I want to put it in the hip hop terminology. How many times you gonna keep listening to the Biggie album? Yeah, it is a classic, but you're not gonna keep it on repeat all the time. You know what I'm saying? You're not like you want to listen to something.
You're not watching Astro Boy? What? Or look, the reason I asked about which hat Atelier is there's somebody that put up this post of some reasons that you should be watching Witch Hat Atelier. And I thought this was an interesting one. Name knows where this is going. Reasons why you should watch and read Witch Hat Atelier. Ethnic diversity, disabled characters, queer characters, characters with vitiligo, like me, SA representation, hijabi characters, beautiful characters and art. Oh, we got some good art. Oh, okay, all right. And then the author is pro watermelon, which y'all already know is pro Palestine. Somebody help
bro.
me.
I thought that was some racist shit down there, bro. I was like, yo, that's crazy. Like,
oh, you thought that was like pro black people eating watermelon?
Yeah, bro. I was like, bro, this is like, I was like, bro, you're
that
crazy.
is literally.
I didn't know
the watermelon represents it's Palestine because it's got the green, the red, the white, and the black in there. Somebody said it in here. It's like somebody had asked. Everybody that's got this stupid ass watermelon in here, like this guy. You can see they are. Oh, he don't say it, but yeah, they're all pro Palestine or whatever. Somebody had mentioned it in here somewhere. I don't know, but anyway, man, look, this is fucking retarded. Like, you mean to tell me that the reason that somebody should go and watch an anime is because of all of this retard? Like, what? What about the story? What about the characters? What about things that actually matter when it comes to storytelling? Okay, not the fact that they're queer or they're disabled, but they're interesting. Okay, hijabi characters. This is the type of fandom that you get when you like open up them doors, man.
Yeah, and this is what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of people like this taking this stuff and making it political, making it to whatever they want to see and put it out there to be like, hey, watch this because this is what I see and this is why you should love it. Like it doesn't make any sense. And I guarantee you the creator would denounce everything that they're saying. Like, this does not make sense. This is not what we are aligned with in any way. Like, I didn't even see any of that stuff that what they're talking about. Like seriously, come on, pro Palestine.
Angel, you know the reason you love it, man. Angel was just out here glazing this thing. Oh my God.
I am. I'm still glazing it. I'm glazing it like Krispy Kreme, homie. I don't give a damn right now.
I'm just gonna say this.
Angel.
I'm just gonna say this. This person and anyone like them can go shove it for all I care. Because here's the thing. I don't watch anime for that stuff. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for stuff like this. Why? What's more interesting? A person being there because they're wearing hijabs or something, or someone who's like, I got betrayed by someone who I thought I could trust. Now I'm getting the F out of here because why? I learned this world was not what I learned the truth about this world and I want no part of it. I'm like, that basically makes people want to watch that stuff. What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? And what links are you willing to go for it? That's why we watch this stuff, because it tells a story.
Yes. That's why I watch. I can't speak for everybody, of course, but I thought that this was just absolutely hilarious.
Bro,
retarded post.
I think are the Gachi Akuda fans that starved for new content, bro? Like they just got to hop into a new fandom, bro. I saw. I think I know you guys saw it, but like I sent a tweet. I forgot which show was ending. I think it was it? I forgot which fandom. Like their manga or like show ended, and they're like, oh, what show should we migrate over to next? I'm like,
yeah. I saw that.
You guys literally treat this like as like tour stops on a tour bus, bro. It's like, it's like, okay, we had our fun here. Now we're gonna go on to the next one. It's like, bro, it's like people who live in California moving to different states and like fucking up the voting population of that. It's like, bro, come on. It's like you guys created the problem, and now like you
devour and they move to the next one, right? Yeah, like and then all of these cats are toxic as hell. Okay. These are the toxic fans when they call us toxic. No, these are the toxic fans. The people that want to talk about all of this shit instead of the story. All right. Like the identification characters with vitiligo like me. And it's like,
bro, why you gotta say like me, bro? Like it's just,
who has vitiligo? Who has that? Who are they talking about? I want to know what character they specifically think, because they all have the same skin tone. So what the hell are they talking about?
I don't even know what that is.
The hijabi character. They said, wow, there's really a hijabi character. Can I see her? And so they got this out of the manga, obviously. So there's that. They show it here somewhere. Somebody's at, where's it at? Somewhere they showed the person with vitiligo. All right. Sexual assault representation.
Oh my God.
All right. So
why?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. It sounds a little crazy. Is it not crazy to say like you're gonna read a manga because it has like sexual assault representation? Like that's kind of crazy. Like
it's absolutely insane shit. Who's the vitiligo character? So I apparently is this person. All right, because they got a little, they left little patches on their skin, so this person has vitiligo. So they got some representation there. So yeah.
All I can say is Naida Hokoso. That's all I can say. Name, you know what I'm talking about. That's all I can say. Yeah, that's the age that Japanese. I'm learning some stuff. I got to learn the slang first.
There you go.
This is what they care about. This is the reasons you should watch this shit.
This is crazy.
Didn't mention the story anywhere in this list. Now somebody called them out and said, "Nah, I'm gonna watch it because it's a good story." Well, of course you're gonna watch it because it's a good story, but you didn't say that. If I was just some bumbling idiot that just came along, this is the reason that I should watch it, according to you.
I thought they had Blue Sky for this. Don't they got Blue Sky for this nonsense?
Yeah, bro.
Blue Sky.
What happened?
Like, what happened to Blue Sky? Like
Blue Sky is dying. Blue Sky is dying.
Crazy.
Eric's so well confident.
That's
crazy, son.
Out of control, man. Out of control. Yeah, this is the corner of anime fandom that I cannot fucking stand. All right. Just like Savvy cannot stand the fucking localizers, I can't stand people like this of any fandom, okay? Of any fandom, anywhere, it doesn't matter what it is, man. When you start labeling shit and saying the reason that I'm watching like the fucking Acolyte is because of all the representation, because all of the queer characters.
The one bad thing about anime go mainstream, one day we're gonna have like, what's that reporter's name? Mark Malkin. He's gonna be asking one of the creators, "Is this the gayest
anime ever?"
It's like that one person we talked about with the Crunchyroll anime awards. No, people like her need to stay out of this stuff because they don't know they don't know how to appreciate it as is. They got to come up with BS like this. I'm like, no, that is not why we watched it. Think about it like this. Some of us who love John Wick, we don't love John Wick because he's a guy. We love John Wick because why? He had a dark past. He wanted to get away from it. People kept pulling him back in. And he was like, well, I got to bust some heads if I want to, get out of this. And that's what we loved about him.
And one of the things, like, I think this like representation stuff, like the way they're going about it, it feels so backward. It kind of like, they're saying all this stuff, but it's like, and they're really framing it, but like, it's also like, so does that mean like anyone that hasn't like, doesn't have these conditions, like doesn't look like that, or hasn't experienced like, something like sexual assault? Like, does that mean like, they can't enjoy or like be included in like this anime? Like, I feel like they've taken it so far in like the name of representation that they're starting to like exclude people. Like, you know, they're making this like it's this little club. And like if you just want to say, I just want to watch the anime because it's good, they're gonna be just saying like you're a bigot, you know, they're gonna say like you're right-wing coded or whatever. It's like, dude, I just want to watch a show. Like I don't want to have to always think about like horrible things that are going on in the world.
That's how we all are, man. That's why a lot of us went to anime in the first place. A lot of people were just looking for good entertainment, good stories, good characters, and we didn't care about any of this other bullshit. Okay?
Yeah, and I call it
comes anyway. Like, man.
And,
yeah,
I call it a
You seen that? That's the new word for them now. Like that's the new
Bro.
terminology for them. Like it's non-binary, all that stuff in there now.
We
like
was talking about this. I think I was with George from Giant Slayer. We was talking about this shit. I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, and in the opposite direction, like this is like a few hours before this show, I sent like, you know, a tweet. Like some guy was trying to say like, you know, free Ren or like anime in general was like right-wing and Christian. I'm like, no, it's not. It's like, you know, we're gonna call it out that same way too. Like we don't want people to make some anime out to be something that it's not. Like if it does have it, then it does. But like if you're trying to like blanket statement say like, you know, this represents this or this represents that, like
I remember that tweet because you had put that in. Like anybody that thinks that anime is like right wing or Christian, it's like, have y'all not watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Like this,
have you not watched like
whatsoever?
High School DxD, bro? Prison School, like
bro, man, High School
Seriously.
DxD. Fuck, I mean, you. There's no way in the world that you have watched enough anime to come to that conclusion. You just haven't watched enough anime. All right.
And the thing is, they got their little section. They got their whole section that they could go and just watch and enjoy. Like
They don't.
But that's the beauty of anime, right? You got so many different. You got everything for everybody. There's something for everybody out there. Because I think they put up like free Ren. Like they were using free Ren as an example of like right wing, and it's like, I mean, that's one anime. That's one anime, and it has a certain slant and tone to it. But I mean, golly, man, there's all kinds of anime out there. There's no one set thing for. You can't label anime one thing. All right, it's just like you can't label like Hollywood one thing. All right, it's everything. It's all kinds of different shows. Some good, some trash. You know, there's a lot of bad anime out there. Not all of it's good. You know, but man, I just thought that was I remember that one name, man. That was absolutely insane, man. That was ridiculous, man. Something else that caught my eye, and I'm gonna switch topics real quick. Let's talk about this one, man. I don't know anything about this, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. An anime adaptation of Kagurabachi is reportedly in production by Cygames Picture Uma Musume Pretty Derby. The anime is set to premiere in 2027. I mean, I don't know much about it. Name, you had posted this up. Is this good?
Bro, okay, so I heard it's really good, but how it started, like before the first chapter even dropped, people were like hyping this anime up. It became a meme. Like the hype itself became a meme because people were glazing it like the next Demon Slayer. And like, bro, like you could not go anywhere without seeing the image of the guy with the sword. Like people were like, you know, saying it's the greatest anime of all time before it came out. Like I saw one of the voice actors, like dub actors, Alex Lee. People were like trolling him by leaving comments like, "Bro, you did so good in the first episode of Kagurabachi." Like this thing, like, you know, and I think it's cool that it started as a meme, but like, you know, it's not just like a joke. Like it actually has something to carry it, which is evident because of like, you know, the sales, all the creatives. Like, you know, like I'm hearing mangaka say like this is one of like the best things they've read, and like, you know, I think Horikoshi was one of them. He was on the panel that like voted. For you know, I think not either nominating or saying that for manga of the year, and also like you know it's getting I said this like a while back, but it's getting figures without an anime adaptation. I think like you got to have a lot of like motion to be able to get like merch before you get like an anime, because like I think that's what seals the deal for a lot of people. You get anime, okay, like the visibility is there. We can start making T-shirts. We can start making figures. But like the fact that this hasn't gotten an anime adaptation, it's only been a manga, and it's already getting like figures and stuff. That's like something to take note for me. Like that's unheard of to me.
I love this picture, man. I love this picture, man. This is one of the coolest pictures I've ever seen, man. You can look at all the characters that you see in the background there, man. And they got like I see what's the name of Yusuke. Uramechi in the background. Who else is back there, man? You got fucking Gon. You got that's not Killua. Who is that? I just love this background, man. This background is dope, man. I was looking for Goku. I was trying to see, is Goku back there? I don't see him though. But I mean, such a cool ass picture, man. You know, and then I guess is this the meme? Is this the meme that?
Bro, just like any picture of this guy, because like people were comparing it to Demon Slayer, because it does feel like it, right? It's a dude with a sword, and then it's an edgy look, and like that's the meme. It's just like they just post pictures of him, and it's like they're saying it's the greatest anime of all time. It's gonna make Kagura $1 billion, bro. Like it was a fun time when this thing dropped, bro. But I'm glad to hear that it's getting something. Saigen's pictures, they're pretty good. Like, I'm not familiar with their work. Like, I think I only know them from like Umu Musume, but that movie was beautiful. Like,
okay. Well, I got some bad news about this whole project. Name, you already know where it's going. The Kagurabachi author Takeru Hokuzono reportedly has visited Marvel Studios.
This is already around.
Another one. They got him. They got him. He's
Takeru better go the route of Ichiro Oda. Let me get creative control.
This shit got to be made by Marvel, man. They about to hijack the character, bring him over. This is gonna be a hot mess, man. These guys see Hollywood still, even with Hollywood drying up, and nobody gives a fuck about it. These guys still think Hollywood is like the gold standard. And if they could get in and make it with Marvel or with, Disney, anywhere in Disney, Warner Brothers, Universal, blah, blah, blah. These guys still think that I got to get to fucking Hollywood. That's like the goal for a lot of these guys. Because they grew up, they probably grew up on Hollywood, watching movies and shit. And so you can understand it. But it's like, man, Hollywood is on the way out.
We were talking about
away from Hollywood.
We had an interesting conversation about this, D. You said it right. These like Hollywood guys, they're gonna start wanting to invest in J-Cred. They're gonna try to build their J-Cred up, and it's like you said, it sucks because like these guys, like they still idealize like the golden age, or like when Hollywood was still good, and like it's evident in the work. Like you see a lot of like people were making like Kill Bill comparisons to like a certain episode in JJK season 3, and I could see that, and like it's good to emulate good art, but like you don't have to look up to Hollywood. You are the Hollywood right now, bro. Demon Slayer,
the new Hollywood, right?
Chainsaw Man's making money. Like, bro, you beat Superman. You beat fucking Fantastic Four. Like, two pillars of, like, American mythology. So it's like, you don't have to look up to them. You are them right now. Like, and I understand, like, you still want to, like, look up to the greats, like, respect them. But, like, also, you don't always have to keep living in their shadow. Like, a lot of animes, like, don't they teach you, like, you don't have to keep living in a man's shadow. Like, go beyond them. Pull a social, bro. Like, make your own destiny, like you guys are making some good stuff. Like I'd hate to see them like, and that's what I also said this about Godzilla -Zero. Like, we're hearing like there's a lot of like New York scenes. There's going to be some English speaking scenes. And I'm kind of concerned now. I hope like that's not a huge focus, but if there's like some international, if they did that to like appease or like, make it more palatable to international audience, I'm like, okay, we have like the MonsterVerse for that. Like, I want to see Yamazaki's vision. Like, I want to see the Japanese Godzilla. Like, what do you have to say about like Godzilla through the Japanese lenses? Like, you
saw this. You know where Takashi Yamazaki is at now, right? J.J. Abrams produced giant robot movie. Like, why J.J. Abrams? Why J.J. But again, this is what I'm saying, man. These guys, they are in love with the Hollywood machine. They dream of it. Oh, one day I'm gonna work over there with J.J. Abrams, great Hollywood producer. And it's like this bum has fucked up he got Star Trek, he got Star Wars. I think he got DC, but he didn't really get a chance to mess up DC. He got his plug pulled before he fucked up DC. But I mean, it's like, why? You're fine. Just make Godzilla stuff. Stay over there in Japan and just do your thing. But look, Hollywood sees the writing on the wall. They know, like I said, with the J-Cred, hey, we got to tap into Japan because Japan is where it's at right now. And so they're trying to jump over there and get all of this stuff. That's why Takashi Yamazaki, J.J. Abrams probably came up to his house, dropped a whole boatload of money in front of it, and say, hey, man, why don't you do your own movie with me?
See, this makes me wonder, who talked to this guy? Who got in his ear? Because that's probably how J.J. Abrams got involved in this. J.J. Abrams probably had somebody go talk to this guy, get his ear, and spread a whole bunch of BS to get this to happen.
Yeah. That's the problem, man. Hollywood's coming for the East.
But
because
doesn't
the
Hollywood
West is
still have
right.
like a lot of big connections in regards to internationally still? Like I understand that Japan is growing, but Hollywood still has that connection in regards to distribution and still has a little bit of power in regards to, you know,
They
film.
got the money, man. They got the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
Money's
Like
in
I
Hollywood.
understand why they are enamored, you know, in regards to what Hollywood can offer them. So, you know, like if they could keep their soul in regards to this, that will be beneficial for both the East and the West. It just depends on them making sure that they stay true to their content. If they don't, then it's going to sell out and it's going to water down what the East is trying to do, because now most fans are going to have a sour taste like, yo, you dropped this bullshit. Why do I even need to pay money to watch anything like this? Facts. So it's a double-edged sword, but we'll see what happens. Like,
yeah. All right, guys, we got another one we got to move on to. Before we do, I just want to say thank you to Marshall J. Jenna Ortega 22 for $5. Hey, Derek, I appreciate you post a video about sensational She-Hulk. Used to read her comics back in the 80s. Myself, MCU, done her dirty. Thanks, man. Yeah, I did a video. You guys can go and check that out on my channel. Talking about how everybody, you know, She-Hulk was one of the best Disney Plus projects ever or some bullshit. It's like, bro,
that's the shit. That's the shit that the Kagurabachi author got in his brain. Now I was like, oh, you want to meet the writer of She-Hulk? We can put him on that anime adaptation.
Bruh, man, I don't even want to get started on She-Hulk, man. That was an absolute disaster, man. But thank you very much, Marshall J, for your support as always, sir. I appreciate it, man. Look, a little super chat video for you before we get to the next topic. It's about the title topic, Demons of the Shadow Realm. Here you go. All right. Demons of the Shadow Realm, man. If you guys watched the first 3, was it 2 episodes? I think 3. The third episode is dropping. Oh, it is 3. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Japanese.
Yeah. How y'all feeling about it, man? I think this is the dynamite, man. This is
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm with Angel on this one. This is an amazing show. It basically blends the idea of like modern world with like what rural culture, countryside. It's basically the best of both worlds, and I'm like, oh, this is so good.
Hey, real quick, hail to Hypnotic for the raid, bro. Appreciate it, man. Shout out to the Raiders. Smash the like button. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. We're talking anime on Anime Nights. Demons of the Shadow Realm. Amazing anime, I think, in my opinion, man. Fantastic shit, man. Such a shocking first episode. All I hear people talking about is that first episode and how they just like, what the hell just happened here, man?
Because they went
you
full
got
in
this
on that
idyllic.
First episode.
You had this little village, and everybody saw it's just a little village, and then all of a sudden, this village, which looks like it's taken, like the way they set it up, it's like a medieval, almost like a medieval village.
I'd say around like something similar to like the feudal era at the very least.
Yeah, maybe a feudal era village where it suddenly gets basically attacked by modern day soldiers. All right. And then I still don't know what the fuck's happening, but every single thing that's happening in that episode is such a flip, man. It's like, okay, I'm thinking this is happening, and nope, that's not happening. The sister that's, you know, getting caged up, nope, that ain't the sister. All right. The sister actually shows up and kills that girl. It's like, what? All right. You got soldiers, you got helicopters, and then homeboy right here pulls out the I don't even know what that thing was called, the little
amulet,
the little stone that he uses to activate that little amulet. He uses that to activate the Daemons, and he's got it's such an amazing just start. And then the second episode
is cool. I love the demons. Yeah. Like the demons, their personalities is really funny, is unique. Like,
right.
Yeah, you can be able to just sit there and be like, oh, this is entertaining. Okay, cool. So I'm looking forward to the next episode. When does it drop?
Yeah,
today. I think it drops today or tomorrow, right?
I thought it was Saturday. I thought it dropped on.
Yeah,
Saturday.
I thought this was. I feel like this is
I
a
don't
Saturday. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
a
These
Saturday.
newer ones have weird days that have been dropping. I'm used to the Thursday or I guess I got
Free
stuck
run
with free run
Fridays.
schedule. Yeah, free run. Like
Yeah, there they go right there, man. The two Daemons. I think these designs, these character designs are dynamite, like everything that's working out. Oh, and then Gobble Gobble, yeah, the girl, that scene right there, man, that Gobble, she's just like, Gobble,
yeah.
Gobble. And I mean, people are getting bitten in half by that fucking monster. I was like, what the fuck? You got helicopters, you got soldiers, you got like crazy, like magical demons, you got monsters, you got everything you could possibly want. And I still don't know what all of this shit means. Okay. But I'm pumped. I can't wait to see more of this, man. But people are saying that this has already surpassed Full Metal Alchemist.
I gotta respectfully,
Really?
I've got to respectfully disagree with that because both the original and Brotherhood still like are on their own level, but at the
Peak.
very least, I'd say this is actually setting up a like that trifecta. There's a few times in history where somebody creates something, they will have like three big, I guess you could say, properties to their name. This one might be a third one for that guy. He is doing so good with it so far.
I agree with this comment right here. That's how I felt watching this first episode. It was almost like that
Yeah.
first episode of Attack of Titans when you were just
Yeah.
seeing those Titans just like destroying their man. It had that same feeling. Like, yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree.
So here's what the article is saying. This was on CBR. Daemons of the Shadow Realm has already has some big shoes to fill. Let me start that again. Daemons of the Shadow Realm has some big shoes to fill, but it seems to be on the right track already. Based on the manga by Hiromu Arakawa, who is better known as the mangaka behind Full Metal Alchemist. Demons of the Shadow Realm was always bound to garner comparisons to one of the highest rated anime of all time. While living up to that kind of hype seemed like an impossible task before, that sentiment is slowly beginning to shift. In fact, after only its first 2 episodes, Daemons of the Shadow Realm is actually off to a better start than its spiritual predecessor, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood was. All right, and they're talking about the ratings. And again, slow down. Okay.
Yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist
bruh.
and Brother, both are goated. All right, those are some of the greatest animes ever. So slow all the way down. But I'm intrigued. I think that this is going to be one of the top. Look, we got Shadow Realm, we got Sentenced. We've had some great anime already this year. Like shit that I think is gonna like honestly go to like some of the like top animes ever. All right, just the setup alone. Now, obviously, you got to get to the second season, the third season. The storytelling has to unwind and develop. But everything I'm hearing about both of those, they sound like this is going to be it, man. What was you about to say, Name?
Bro, I hate these fucking dumbass comic book sites, bro. Always fucking trying to make clickbait articles, bro. I fucking. I know, like, it generates conversation, but bro, this is like, it's so stupid. It's like, bro, what are you? It's like, just off of that, like, this is. They'll put like the clickbait title and then they'll spoil a whole bunch of bullshit. Like I remember Stacy sent me like that Soul Leveling season 3 article and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like let's see what it has. And they're just yapping like, oh, maybe you'll have it. I'm like, bro, like, these fuckers, bro. Like, and yeah. People fall for it every fucking time, and that's how they keep going, bro. It's like, and I admit it's an effective tactic. And I'm not that's no diss to like Demons of the Shadow because like that first episode was dynamite when I saw it in the theaters. I still have yet to see episode 2, but like I think it's a bit early. Like it's like we talked about last time. You're comparing a completed story with the story that's just getting started. Like it doesn't work that way. Like no, you don't have like the finished product. Like they're gonna look real stupid and I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but if Demons doesn't live up to the hype, they're gonna look real stupid. But they're not gonna face any penalty for it because they just keep pumping like article after article that looks like this. So it gets buried, but
yeah. I just think it's great. Look, I said this earlier. If you're on Anime Heads, make sure you're subscribed. If you have not subscribed to Anime Heads, we're trying to hit 500 subs by July. And then if we do, we got a great giveaway that we're gonna do. if we can
And
get there.
also, like, dude, DA's like son and his like nephew, they do great reactions. Like, I was watching them react to Kaiju 8 season 1, bro. They're into it. Like, it really feels like cool. And like, they tried their best not to cut any as like, you know, they tried not their best not to cut like anything out. So like you're getting like an authentic like watch along. Like, you know, they're giving it to you because like I know some channels like they'll cut stuff out, they'll skip for like, you know, a copyright. But I think like what they did last time, they just put like a filter over it and you could see it.
Yeah.
So like you got
like,
to react along with it.
Yeah, they do. They got, where is it at? Let me show y'all. Like they do a filter over.
Yeah,
like
they put an anime head filter over it.
Yeah,
I was watching it yesterday when they were reacting to the Daemons. So yeah.
This is Wait, oh shoot, did I not?
I need to learn how to do that.
Not hard.
Yeah,
not hard. You just gotta get it.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. It's not hard at all. Let me see. So you get like this is their the reaction. Again, we're trying to build the community over there. And the reason is because it's really my son's channel, all right, that we're trying to build up. He does anime conventions, okay? He does a really good job at the anime conventions. He runs game shows at anime conventions. So what we want to start doing is coming around to various conventions that we haven't gone to. All right, we're going to be in Houston for Anime Matsuri in July. We're also going to be at Anime Expo. He's got, you know, he'll have his panels there. But while he's there, you know, we want to, you know, just kind of spread the love of anime. Let me show you. This is his. Why can't I find his review? I don't know what's going on here. I can't share his review. Oh, here it is. Okay, my bad. All right. Yeah, this is my son. This is them reviewing Demons of the Shadow Realm. All right, so you guys can see that's my nephew. My son's on the left. His name is Daniel. My nephew on the right. And yeah, they're building their anime channel out. So give them some love, you know, and help them build this thing up. Once we get to, like I said, 500 subs, we're going to have some giveaways. We're going to do some dope contests. We got a lot of things that we're going to try to accomplish with this. Anime is getting bigger. We want to grow with it. We want to grow with you guys. So I appreciate everybody's attention to this matter as it is. But yeah.
Also, they're just really cool to engage with. Like I left a comment after like every video and they responded to it. Like, you know, they did a few streams and like, you know, I was just talking to them and like we had some interesting conversations. Like they're really cool dudes. Like, you know, so it's up to them, you know, get them like, you know, your support, like your support gives them more like motivation to keep doing this, you know, like they're going to, if they see like, you know, people are pulling up to the streams, people are watching the videos, they're going to be more motivated to do it.
Yeah.
Gotta get them on a stream,
and then don't forget, like our show ultimately will go over to that channel. We will ultimately move over to Anime Heads. So I said, okay, I could do the live stream over there. All right. So that adds more content to the channel. That helps that channel grow. You know, my channel, we'll still talk anime here and there on my channel, but mostly it'll go over to Anime Heads. We'll still do the exact same show, but it'll be over there. So what we want to do, because I'm a big believer in community. I like community. I like like-minded people all hanging out, doing the same shit. So when we start going to conventions, I want to see everybody that, you know, and that's why I say we want to go to like different parts of the country. You know, Angel, he's out there in the Northeast. I want to go up there to an anime convention out there somewhere in New York. All right. Stacey, where you at? Stacey, I don't even know where you at.
I'm in the Midwest, man. I'm in Ohio.
So we want to head to the Midwest. All right. And then what we could do, because there's so many anime conventions all over, we just start hitting various spots. We hit Houston up. All right. MMA Crease King. We met MMA Crease King at Anime Matsuri. We want to head out there. Okay. And like I said, every time we show up, we give away prizes. We got game shows going. So it's a big event. We have a great time. Anime Matsuri, we sell that sucker out like every single time, man. We pack that room out and it is dope, man. And everybody it's all love and it's all joyous. And that's what I really want to get to. I want to start doing more things like that with this community, with you guys that's watching right now. So we got to do that through Anime Heads. We got to build Anime Heads up so that we have our anime community and it's separate. And there it is. Sean, you in Portland, Oregon, we going to go. All right. We're going to go to Portland, Oregon. All right. We want to hit various different areas all over the country and bring our traveling road show, if you will, to you guys. And just have a good time.
Don't worry, Sean. DA is going to show you a real Summer of Love.
Oh, no.
All right. Look, let's wrap the show up with we came to talk about which is actually, you know what? We got one more before we get to the anime. Our top anime of top 5 anime for anime night or anime day. Anime Corner posts this up, oh wait, nope, I gotta unshare that and I gotta bring it back. Hold on just a minute. So Anime Corner shares their top 10 anime of the week. And I just want to keep my eye on this as we go from week to week during the spring. So here's the top 10 anime. This was from the week ending April 10. All right. ReZero, season 4. I love it, man. I think ReZero is right there where I want it to be, man. It is doing everything right. Let me just say it that way. Which had Atelier 2, Classroom of the Elite, season 4. I still have to catch up. I saw the first season. I didn't move past the first season, but Classroom of the Elite was pretty solid. The first season, I just haven't gotten past it. We got The Angel Next Door, Spoils Me Rotten. Is that it? Yeah, Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten, season 2. Any familiarity with that one?
Yeah, it's a rom-com, it's a slice of life, high schoolers, it's what.
That's right up.
What you see is what you get.
Name loves that shit. Demons of the Shadow Realm coming in at number 5. Dr. Stone season 4, love it. Number 6. Agents of the Four Seasons. Haven't heard of that one. Anybody got any familiarity with Agents of the Four Seasons?
No, but I might put it on my list because I read the synopsis and it sounds interesting. Like there's just so much to cover, and like the more we add, the more things we're gonna have to talk about. So it's like I kind of don't want to, but at the same time, it's like there's so many good shows going on. So
okay. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, season 4. I haven't watched season 1. I've heard everybody's bro, you gotta watch Slime. I was like,
season 2 is actually really good. Stuff gets real there, but season 3 actually kind of slows down a bit in a more authentic fashion.
Bro, okay. I low-key, because the movie's coming out in like May, I low-key was thinking about catching up, but then I looked at the episode count. It's like 72 episodes, like for seasons 1 to 3. And then there's a movie, and now they're airing, so I don't know if I can do it. Like I have to be a no life for like a few weeks.
Yeah, nah, I got shit to do. I can't do that. I can't do that.
Season 4 is 5 cores, 60 episodes.
Oh, what? I might watch it one day, but yeah, nah.
And I was thinking
I made friends with the second prettiest girl in my class, number 9, and then Ramparts of Ice at number 10. Yeah, I guess yeah. That's
more no, but yeah.
No, sorry.
I made friends with the second prettiest girl and Ramparts of Ice. It's romance anime. They're like each one is like a little bit different. They have a little unique premise, but it's just it's just rom-com stuff basically under that umbrella.
Okay. Yeah, I picked up. I watched the first episode of Marriage Toxin. Kind of weird, but okay. I don't hate it. I'm gonna see where it goes. Like the second character is like a dude that dresses like a chick. It's like, what? I thought it was a woman straight up. They dry it like a woman. It has a woman's voice, and it's like, no, I'm a dude, and it's like, huh? But it's not like trans or anything. It's so fucking weird, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see where it goes because I love the premise of it. The premise is interesting, but
it sounds like you're just watching what's that one anime that they showed Crunchyroll anime? It sounds like you're just watching Go For It Nakamura-kun with extra steps, bro.
I'm not watching that shit. No interest. But Marriage Toxin, the setup is great. Like it's like, oh, this dude's got to get married in order to get his family to keep his sister from getting married and ruining her life. It's just a really interesting story, and he's got some insane powers. Like his powers are wild, but that threw me off for a loop. So I got to see how this thing shakes out before I.
Yeah, I might check it out based on your recommendation because you said you really liked the first episode.
I thought the first episode was really good. Yeah,
I saw a lot of the Yeah, and also the fact and I just recently realized this Twitter they amplify the most controversial takes for your algorithm. But I keep seeing discourse about that stuff, and I'm like, bro, I don't want to have to deal with that the whole season. So that's kind of I hate that about like, myself. Like sometimes like the fandom is so loud that it kind of like turns off an anime for me in my brain when I should be judging the anime itself. So like I might just check it out, but at the same time, like I also have a lot of things to watch, so maybe not. And maybe you can tell us about that, DA.
The other one was a Liar Game. I think Liar Game, and this one's been made like several times. It's been made and remade, and that one is interesting. So, and I like the artwork. So I'm gonna give Liar Game. I think that one I'm gonna lock in for the spring.
Oh, what's it called? There's one anime that wasn't on our list, but I've been hearing so much like good praise for it that I might just have to check out. It's called Nippon Sangoku. Kojima was praising it. A lot of people were saying the visuals were crazy. So I might hold up. Let me see if I can bring it up.
I think I did see a post by on X of Kojima posting praising that.
Yeah,
so to look into. I know
and it's
that from Angel's response. I have to check out Witch Hat Atelier now.
Atelier. Yeah.
Atelier. So I definitely have to check that out.
Okay. Yeah, Liar Game was inspired by Squid Game, Tony. You're right. It was one of the inspirations of Squid Game was Liar Game, which was again, it was a manga. It's an old one. This is the first time they've adapted it as an anime, but I think it came out like way back in like 2012 or 2013 as a manga, and it's been adapted multiple times in live action. But this is the first anime adaptation, and I mean, we'll see. It looks good so far, though. It looks really good. It looks interesting. It's really going to be on the story because it's kind of a straightforward story, but the characters are interesting. I like the lead character. She's a fucking idiot. And that's the whole point. She is stupid. And she's so easy to fool, and everybody gets over on her, but she hires a con man, one of the greatest con men in the world, to help her get out of this like game where she could end up becoming bankrupt. So I think this is a interesting premise. And so, yeah, those are a couple of anime that I kind of picked up along with Demons of the Shadow Realm. I haven't seen the other, the Drops of God drop a second episode.
I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm behind 1 week. So because I know like they had staggered releases. Because I didn't realize that because I was checking the Fantasy Anime League thing, and like I noticed like some of my shows weren't getting points, and I checked the air date and like, oh, it hasn't aired yet. So like I kind of lost out on like a week of points. So but yeah, like they have staggered releases. Some shows start way earlier. Like Rooster Fighter started like in March practically, and like it's like some other shows just like started their first episode last week. So like it's a bit of a staggered release schedule.
Okay. All right. We got to get to this now. Like I said, it's National Anime Day. What's your favorite anime of all time? All right. That's the question for everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us on National Anime Day, by the way. Is your favorite anime something that nobody's ever heard of? People aren't really it's not a popping anime. Everybody don't love it, but you love it. Okay. Those are the answers that I want to see. If you guys got an answer that you want to throw in the chat, do so now. Name was kind enough to give me his top 5. I didn't see anybody else did. I asked for it. I don't know. I think Name gave me his. Angel, did you give me your top 5? You did. Stacy, did you give me your top 5?
No, I don't. If you're talking about in the X chat, no, I didn't. I actually picked up a few of my manga to show, so we can go over that whenever we
we'll get to that. Name supplied pictures to go with his.
Nice.
So I thought that was nice of him. So we're gonna show. Wait, hold on. Let me get this shared. Hold on just a moment. Actually, I gotta pull this back. Let me open these up separately. I like your list, Name. It's like this is exactly what I'm saying. Stuff that I don't think I've watched, but like maybe 2 of these. And not the whole thing. All right. But yeah, let me start with Name since he gave me his list. And then he can go over them one by one and tell me what he thought. So this is your number 5, Name. What we got?
Oh boy, this is the shit, bro. This was my entry into Gundam. I know, like, everyone has their different entry points, and like this is a weird starting one because they reference a lot of different shows. So to give you a bit of context, this is like set in an alternate, like, version of our world, like an alternate timeline. So like it's our timeline. They don't have any like crazy wars going on. Gundam is a TV show in this world as it is ours, and the characters watch it, and they build these like little robot kits. So like, you know, Gundam, like Bandai, they like, you know, they'll put out Gundam and then they'll put out like these little like model kits, like where you like, you know, it's plastic, you assemble the Gundam. What the cool thing about this show is that in this world they have like this particle that can like make the plastic models move. So these guys, they're just building Gundam and they're making them fight in like, you know, sports in tournaments and stuff. It's like a sport. It's essentially a sports anime. It's so good. You know, they got the tournament arc. They got like the power of friendship. They also got like really, really cool fight scenes, bro. Like, and they have some really good music. Like the guy who does the music for My Hero Academia, he did the soundtrack for this one. Dude, it's popping, bro. Like, and it's you know, it's an unconventional start for Gundam because, like, you know, when you think of Gundam, you think of more like the war, the military, like, you know, the themes. But it was a good entryway for me because like it was low stakes, you know. It was, you know, in the sense like, you know, no one's dying. Like the most you do is like you lose like your plastic model, you got to rebuild it. But they introduce you to like so many different like mobile suits, like shows. They make a lot of references, and you just can kind of like, you know, pick up on threads, like, you know, as you go along. Okay, I might check that show out. And I really appreciate the show more that now that I'm starting to like get more into Gundam because like I see how much love and care is put into like all the references and stuff. Like they put a lot of detail into it. And I posted last night. I know, like, you know, you guys don't read everything because sometimes I just send stuff that I personally like. But so like one of the Gundam games I'm playing right now, they due to like licensing issues, they can't like one of the characters that they wanted to include, they couldn't do it because of licensing issues and because like the voice actor passed away in 2020. They found a workaround to put him in the game because like a guy from the show, like in a throwaway cutscene, he used that mobile suit. He assembled the figure of that suit and he piloted it. And that's like the workaround that they did. So this is just like to show you, like, dude, like the people who work on Gundam, they absolutely love what they're doing. They know what they're doing. And I think this is a good start. Like, you know, like you said, it's like, you know, if you watch this, don't set like, you know, don't make it like your expectation of Gundam, like, because this is very different. It's like, you know, it's more shonen. It's more like tournament arc sports anime style. But this was like it's a favorite of mine. Like I've rewatched it like several times, and I usually don't rewatch anime because like I kind of just want to keep experiencing more. But this is one of the anime where I'm like, okay, you know, I'll pop in like an episode or two if I'm feeling in the mood.
Real quick, I just wanted to shout out Toys and Tits. Yu Yu Hakusho, goated. All right. And somebody was mentioning tournament arcs. I don't know who it was mentioning tournament arc. Oh, it's Tony. Tournament arc, my favorite trope in anime. I never get tired of a tournament arc. Excuse me. Inject that shit into my veins. Yu Yu Hakusho has the greatest tournament arc ever. All right, the Dark Tournament.
I actually have to agree with that. I have to agree with that because unlike in most other animes with tournament arcs, there's really no stakes mentioned there. Yu Yu Hakusho is actually one of the few that actually basically has a stake in that tournament arc, so that way people can go, oh yeah, now I really want this person to win. So that's one of the very few with a tournament arc where the stakes are very high.
Oh yeah, no, and it's crazy because like the Yusuke's whole crew, they're basically in a world full of monsters and everything is against them. They have no friends anywhere over there. Everything's against them. They're up against some of the deadliest foes ever, and it's just this group of humans. And, you know, then Hiei, I guess, or I guess Kurama's not a human either. But anyway, it's them it's like me against the world. And they come, and it's so good, man. It's so freaking good. All right, let me move on. Name Psycho Pass, which I have seen a couple of these episodes, but I didn't finish it. But briefly, because we can't keep going. Look, we got other people to talk.
I'm sorry.
What is so great about this?
I've heard
this anime is crazy, bro. Like the first season, and I feel like, you know, people have like mixed reception on like the later seasons, but I think the first season is like a perfect season of anime. It's 25 episodes. You have like a really cool setup. Like it's very like cyberpunk. So it'd be like, you know, stuff like Ghost in the Shell, you know, Cyberpunk 2077, stuff like that. This is like like that realm. So in this world, and it's focused in Japan. So Japan, there's this their society has evolved to the point where they've become the most like orderly society, the safest society in the world by like they created like this like AI system to like make decisions for them. So like are you innocent or guilty? The AI will decide. It's kind of like I was making this joke when Mercy came out in January. Like Psycho-Pass is like Mercy but better. Like they have a really good concept and where it's executed. And I can't talk long because like I love this show, but that first season is dynamite. Like when you get to the halfway point, it's so crazy because they do a crazy twist to, like the main character, and then like from there it's just like nonstop like crazy stuff happening every episode. And I'm hearing like the people that are watching this like watching this weekly was like a crazy experience, and I kind of wish I got to experience that because I had to binge it. But this was really really good. Like it deals with like really cool like themes of like justice, like morals and stuff, and control and order. Like it's just a really solid anime. It's like it's dark. There's killing in there. So that's like if you guys love to see like killing in anime, this is a good one. But yeah, I really like it. Like and you see some like really good like performances in there from like some great actors.
Okay. All right. That's names number. I don't know if they're ranked number 4. I think. Number 3.
This is a recent one. Taco P's Original Sin, bro. It's a short anime, 6 episodes, but like this shit was like it hurt to watch, but in a good way. Pause. Like you're seeing like these characters like go through like a lot of stuff, and I think the acting just sells it home, and like the way it's written, like the framing of the character, like it looks like a goofy happy go lucky anime from like the intro from like this poster, but like dude, it's fucked up. Like I really really liked it, and the main the person who voices the main girl, the black haired girl, Reina Ueda, she's been on a dynamite run. She was doing Rize, she did this anime, she's in the new Gundam movie. She's been on a dynamite run recently, and like this was just another jewel in her crown of last year, bro. Like
okay, all right, that's what's that, number 3?
Yeah, that's number 3 or 4, I forgot.
All right, it's number 2. I don't even know. You like some crazy shit. What is
this anime? Okay, so this is another rom-com. This is probably my favorite rom-com so far. Yeah, Love is War, specifically season 2. And Love is War, I think it does the rom-com. It does like rom-com tropey things, but it also shows you how absurd it is, because like both the main characters, the black-haired girl Kaguya Shinomiya and the blonde guy Miyuki Shirogane, they both like each other, and they're both trying to like force the other to confess. It's like a little like chess game between them, and like the absurd, like at the beginning it starts like that, but like it gets so absurd to the point, and the payoff is like it was so cathartic. Like when they finally like of course like in any romance anime you're gonna have to get to a point where they confess. That confession scene was really really good, and I think it's like it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I think this was like one of the few ones that does it right. Like you have good production value, you have good performances, specifically I singled out season 2 because of one episode for the character on like the far right, Ishigami. He had a really good like set of like 1 or 2 episodes that really hit home with me. Like I was watching those episodes, I'm like, damn, bro, that was like literally me in like middle school. So I was like, I was feeling that character. This was like a real, and I try to like when I like rank anime, it's hard to do it objectively. I could, but like a lot of the stuff on my like top 10 list is like stuff that really hit me, like really impacted me. So it might be like skewed and biased in that way, but that's how I can recommend it to you guys. I just got to tell you how I felt about it.
All right, and then lastly,
this
talk to me, man.
It's not Vigilantes. What?
Yeah, I was kind of shocked. I was surprised.
Yeah, I really thought about it, but then I had to like I had to move it down. But this is current, and I haven't seen every anime.
Wait,
guys,
this
so.
is SSSS.
Dynazenon.
Dynazenon.
Yeah, so this is the second season, and okay, and I don't want to talk long because Stacey said it. There was like a previous season called SSS Gridman. This is the second season to it, and Gridman's like another tokusatsu show, but like you don't have to watch the original Gridman to enjoy the SSS Gridman. I really like this one because I thought it was like a pretty good runtime. You had 12 episodes. You had a cast of characters that you cared about. You had the robots. You know, I like mecha. You know, like you could probably see that in a lot of like the stuff I watch. You put a big robot in it, I'm more likely to watch it. I thought the voice acting was great. The music was great. It's the same composer who does the Bleach soundtrack. It has some like pretty strong themes, and I just don't know, man. It hit me at like, you know, I watched this anime at like the right time in my life. I feel like that's an important thing for me. Like, you know, when I'm grading anime, like sometimes like the anime just hits you at the right time, the right place, the right time, and that really like impacts my enjoyment of it because like I was trying to put my friend on this, and he watched like 5 episodes, and he got busy with life, so like he kind of, you know, took a break from it. But when he came back to it, he just kept watching it. Like he just nonstop binged everything. He's like, bro, you know, I just needed to, you know, it wasn't the right time for me when I originally watched it. But like he reached a certain point in his life, and then he watched it, and it started to resonate with him better. So this stands at my number 1 because of like, you know, when I watched it and like, you know, what I was feeling when I was like, you know, the state I was in, or like who I was when I watched it. And it still holds up to me because I've watched a lot of anime and they're really, really good. But I keep thinking about this one and like, you know, it just hit me in the right place. Pause.
All right, cool. All right, Angel. That was Names Top 5. Angel, you ready to go through yours?
Yeah, we can go through mine.
All right. I was trying to find, because I found your list. Excuse me. I was trying to find some pictures. So we're going to go through Angels. This one is probably on everybody, except name. Everybody's top 5 of all time, man. Like this is absolute cinema, man.
Yeah.
Fist of the North Star, man. Talk to me about it.
I picked my list based off of the time periods of each time I've been introduced to introduced and reintroduced to anime. So this was like my first anime that I've ever seen, which was Fist of the North Star. This, I remember this so vividly, like it was yesterday in my 47 years, and I know that's hard to remember, but in the Bronx, there was an anime shop right there on the corner. It was literally like an anime store that used to show this movie on a VHS, and they used to show it on the outside. So you will be able to walk by and see like clips of this. So this is how I got introduced to anime and how I was able to just really get captivated and understand anime in some ways. So I couldn't afford the VHS. You know what I mean? But the clips that I've seen, the things that I've seen, and then when I got older and I was able to watch the whole thing, I'm to the point that I'm so in love with this anime that I literally have the game for PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? So this was like my first introduction to anime. I love this anime. It's something that I always recommend to anybody that really wants to watch something action-packed, something that could be able to keep up with it. And the storyline is kind of simple, but it's still captivating.
Hey, real quick, man, we just got a raid from the one, the only Smash JT. Shout out to Smash JT for the raid. Salute to Smash, man. We're just wrapping things up here. We're going over, this is National Anime Day. I don't know if you guys was aware of that, but we're going over everybody's like top list of their favorite anime.
Yeah, we have like
dropping his.
We have over 200 viewers right now. Is this like the highest you've had for anime nights?
Oh yeah, easily. Yeah, thank you to Smash JT, by the way, man. Yeah, Smash always holds it down for me, and I appreciate him. Thank you very much, guys. Of course, y'all should already be over there. Subscribe to Smash JT if you haven't done so already. Smash the likes, by the way. Smash, folks, man. Hulk smash it. What is it? Detroit Smash. All right, because this is an anime stream. So Detroit Smash that like button if you guys don't mind. We appreciate that. Like I said, we're just going over the everybody's favorite anime on a National Anime Day, which is April 15 every year. And yeah, it's a good conversation because we're just kind of reminiscing, going back down memory lane. This was Angel's number 5 anime, Fist of the North Star. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to your number 4 anime, which I think is on a lot of people's list right here, man. A lot of people had this one listed up as one of their favorites of all time, Attack on Titan. Why this one, Angel?
Episode number 1. Like after seeing that episode, that really had me like, what? This is really what anime is about now? Because this is like something I've seen recently within the past few years. Like what got me back into anime a little bit more. And it was just like, yo, like that first episode, just the emotions of that episode had me like, yo, I really got to start following the show. I need to, like I said, it got me to the point that I started reading some of the manga. I started buying the video games. Like I'm really invested in this, and I'm ready to even go to one of those shows in regards to like the orchestra where they have, the anime playing in the background.
Oh yeah,
like,
man.
I'm to the point that I want to get to one of those.
The music and Attack on Titan is so fucking good,
bro. That guy here, the composer Hiroyuki Sawano. He's like one of the most sought out like composers in like in anime right now.
Yeah, like
dude. Also, Angel, like. Real quick, like a few years ago, you missed like they brought like the Attack on Titan like stage play to New York. I don't know if like you were able to see it, but like my friend went and he said like that was absolute dynamite. Just seeing like live action play of that.
The only live action I seen was the movie, and I was disgusted with that.
Yeah, don't watch the movie. Don't watch.
Yeah, don't watch that.
As with most anime adaptations, do not watch the live action. Okay, there's a handful that you can watch. Somebody was mentioning Yu Yu Hakusho's live action. It's trash. Do not bother with it. Okay,
don't even bother with the Death Note live action.
The Death Note live action is just
you will
as bad.
Hate yourself. You will
be mad that you even watched it, man. All right, let's keep going, man. Number 3, new one, huh?
Yes, Free Ren. This is my right now my number 1 of my current stage where I'm at when it comes to anime. Like this is something that I will look forward to every single time they drop something. Any merchandise they're about to drop, if they put a game out, I will buy it. I will be there if they drop a movie. I love this freaking anime. Like I said, I introduced this. This is something good if you want to get in with the ladies, guys. Like if you want a good girl, to sit down with you and watch something, have her watch this show. And I guarantee you after that, she will enjoy watching some animes with you as long as you keep it on this tone with her. But this is a good anime to watch with anybody, kids, adults. This is something that anybody could be able to relate to, and they could enjoy the story and not feel overwhelmed in regards to this anime. So this is like my all-time favorite. This is something that I love. I know it's low on the list, but this is something right now is my all-time favorite. So
before we go any further, Angel, I just added this to my watch list. Like I'm literally gonna be watching this every day.
Oh Lord, man, you're gonna love it. Trust me, you will.
It's one of the best right now, man, and it's such an easy watch too, man, because you just kind of watch it and you just kind of drift into the story. It just works on so many different levels. The action, when they finally do get to the action is dynamite, man. The action is absolutely insane shit. So I highly recommend Free Rent if you guys are just getting into anime.
I didn't fall for the cosplay. And somebody here, look at this one.
Yeah. Alpha Proto, it'll be all right.
Use this anime. I guarantee you have someone starting to talk to you.
Angel's picking up chicks with Free Rent, man.
Yeah.
All right, Angel. Your number 2. I'm just gonna say it. Your number 2, you didn't specify what it was. You just said, I don't know if it's the movie.
It was the anime movie. So the Street Fighter 2 anime movie.
Okay,
that was
Street Fighter 2. That's what I thought it was.
Seen, in New York. So that was like the ones that I seen in that anime store where I walked by. And I remember the first scene that I ever seen of that movie was Dao Sim, when he was fighting and he was doing his whole little scene and he started spitting out the fire. Like, I was just like, what? They actually have an anime for this? And that's when Street Fighter was really big. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as Street Fighter 2, that video game, everybody was into that game. So to see the animation out there, to see the whole thing live like that, I was like in awe. Like, I was like, okay, yeah, I like this. And then able to, watch it on my own and seeing some of the other Street Fighter movies, they're pretty good. Like, they have some good storylines in regards to this franchise. So yeah, I'm looking forward to new things. Hopefully the movie is good. I'm kind of skeptical on it, but we'll see how it flows.
Since you brought that up, somebody's actually been posting pictures in Sydney, Australia. Apparently, something is supposed to happen April 17th, 4 a.m. So might be a new trailer drop, maybe something like some kind of event going on. I don't know. I'm keeping my ear to the ground on
We'll
that.
see. I'll look out for that one. You know, I'll be up early for that. So,
all right, and then finally, Angels #1. I honestly was a little surprised. I thought it would be Free Ren, but you like Sci-Fax. Y'all love some solo leveling.
Well, I love it. It's just the action, and then you really start getting invested into this character. It got me to the point that I literally have the solo leveling app where you got to work out. You know what I'm saying? You're doing your miles, you're doing your push-ups, you're doing like they literally have an app for this. You know what I'm saying? So if you look at the workout, guys,
it's like it's the system telling you how to work out.
The system, like remember when he was in the system, the same thing,
like
whole app and everything.
Yeah,
so I literally have the app.
Really? I like that.
Yeah, there's a whole app for it. You can download it and you can be able to do the workout, everything that he says in the system, like the whole miles, everything, and they start picking it up more and more, and then you have a ranking against other people that are literally doing it as well. So you're going against them, and it's almost like a video game aspect where you're trying to work out, get the best that you can, and be able to beat whoever it is that's, you know, eclipsing you. So, but yeah, I mean, the action scenes, the storyline, you get invested in it. The manga is excellent as well. It's something that I look forward to. I'm mad that they only came out with a PC version of the game, but I'm looking forward to a regular version. I heard that they are going to drop one. I think Name pointed that out in regards to that anime convention that they just recently had out in Japan. So yeah, this is like, to me, the one right now that I was like, whoa. I was telling everybody about this. As soon as I seen it, I was like, yeah, I'm invested in this. This is something I'm watching every episode.
Locked in, man.
Yeah, I was locked in.
Solo leveling, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy it. You know, I think it's really, really well done. The execution of the artwork, especially that last battle with the Ant King. I mean, that shit was like, what the fuck is happening here? Like, everything is amazing visually. I think the storytelling is just the only thing that kind of holds it back, but I'm told it gets better, you know. But the first season was really good. That second season, it was just so much going on. It wasn't like a building of the character. It was more like, all right, this dude is just unstoppable. He can't be beat. He's just gonna whoop ass every single time, or farm his entire way through the whole. He or farms his whole fucking season.
Rumor, you guys, since we're talking about solo leveling, rumor has it season 3 might be split into 2. One is going to be where he actually learns about the rulers and the monarchs, and the second part will be where he's actually fighting the one-man war.
Yeah. Solo leveling's good, just not there with Free Ren and Apothecary Diaries. I still got to check on Apothecary Diaries.
I picked that one #1 based off of action. I understand like the storyline is not that great to a lot of people, but to me, visually, it was just captivating. Like Free Ren, it has its moments, and I'm not knocking Free Ren. I love Free Ren, but it's just something for me when it comes to Free Ren is more personal compared to solo leveling, where I just want to watch something where it's just chop them up, kill them, do what you got to do, and the visually is just it's stimulating, and that's what I enjoyed about solo leveling. Like,
I can respect
the coloring, the way that they did everything is just visually good to me. And that's a big thing that I look for in movies, animation. I look for the coloring, and that like, does it pop? Does it make me want to sit there and be like, wow, okay, I want to really pay attention to what's going on in the background? So
I can respect it.
Yeah. That's a great top 5. Yeah, bro. It's about how you. We were asking for your top 5, not like, you know, everyone's top 5. You know, because anyone can say Free Ren, anyone can say Attack on Titan, bro. And you put those on the list, like, you know. But that's how you feel about it, bro. Like, you know, we're not asking you to like comply with the mob. Like, it's interesting hearing like solo leveling like as your first. Like, I wouldn't have expected that. Like, with how you like, you know, hyped up Free Ren, I thought that would be your #1. So like, that was a real surprise for me.
Like, that's what I was saying, man. Like, Angel was like, bro, every week it's Free Ren. I thought,
I love it.
Free Ren gonna be his #1.
Visually, like, it's just, I love Free Ren for the story. You know what I'm saying? The story is great and it's relatable. Visually, I'm like, okay. You know, it's not a lot going on. But when you watch Solo Leveling, it's like, bow, chop him up, bow, kill him here, bow, let's get this. Like, you're seeing him leveling up and you're enjoying it and you're going through it with him. So to me, it's like, okay,
one thing I will say about it, it's really easy to follow the story. The story is it's so
bro. It's just like it's like watching a Stallone or a Schwarzenegger movie, bro. It's just like, you know, it's like you're there for the action, bro. Like,
you here for the action, you here for everybody getting messed up,
and again, the aura farming, bro. Like,
so execute the simple stuff. Sometimes it makes it great, man.
Yeah.
All right, Stacy, you got a 5, man. You got your mangas right here. So let's go ahead and go full screen so everybody can see. All right, what you got, bro?
Number 5, Fairy Tail. I got into it a couple years ago, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you know, it's got the kind of shonen stuff, and I was like, this definitely reminds me of Dragon Ball Z growing up. So I was like, yeah, definitely Fairy Tail. Number 4, Yu-Gi-Oh! And I love how dark this series actually is in the manga. The anime, it's seriously toned down. You want to read the manga because people actually die. That's how real the Shadow games were. Okay. OG favorite, gotta go Naruto.
There we go.
One that came out a couple years ago, and I've been hooked on it ever since. If you guys can see it, Ari Ferretta from Commonplace the World's Strongest. I love it because the fact the guy is basically using America magic. This mofo has guns and weapons to basically take on the entire world. We're talking about handguns, rifles, submachine guns, shotgun in his arm. He has his own submarine. He has a frigging satellite, which basically can wipe out an army of 100,000 soldiers at the very least. Has his own airship where he can basically shoot you about good 750 meters from where he's standing in the air.
Yeah,
this dude just keeps coming up with weapons out of nowhere, and he's like, I'm not even done. I can just keep improving on all of this, especially with the fact that he gets 8 magics because he conquers the labyrinths upon which they're in. We're talking about creation magic, which basically allows him to basically bestow special abilities upon organic matter. Gravitic magic, which harnesses the planetary energy. Spatial magic, where he can literally interfere with space itself, going from one spot to another if that's what he wants. Spirit magic, he can literally take your soul, put it into another body, which is what he did to his 4th wife. I'm not kidding on this. He has evolution, basically make anything powerful by 1 level. Let's see, what is restoration, basically time magic. He can make things go forward, back, whatever. The flow of time is his to command. Metamorphosis magic, he could take, like, for example, he could turn a small little dog into a ravenous 4-eyed wolf if he wants. I'm not kidding. This and all that. He can even get the 8th magic, which is called concept magic. He can literally make you cease to exist on a whim.
Sounds OP to me.
That sounds OP as hell, bro.
Hey, it's OP, but he earns it.
Damn,
he earns it.
Fair enough.
Now, number 1, I've said this before, Outlaw Star. Outer planetary exploration like that, and that boyhood dream of just exploration, that was it for me.
All right.
Ooh.
There you go, man. Hey, all right. I got mine. Mine are going to be very simple. Listen, I'm not as and I don't really have them in any particular order. But my list is probably like 85% of the world's list. Just because I'm a simple cat. I just like simple shit. I like good shit. I like simple stories. I like good characters. And if they did execute it well, it works. The most recent one I could say, My Hero Academia. Fucking love it, man.
There you go.
Fucking love it, man.
You're forgetting one word. You're forgetting one word, DA.
No, I'm not throwing vigilantes on there, man. I got the Bakugo hat right here. It's a simple, straightforward show. It's fun. All Might is the type of hero, like it to me, man. All Might makes the show. All Might makes the show. Without All Might, it's just kids in class. With All Might showing all of these kids, this is what it means to be a hero. I'm just like, I'm in. All right,
bro, it's crazy. All Might took Superman's back, bro, because like this came out in that period where like everyone was trying to like deconstruct Superman, and like this man just came in and said like, no, we believe in goodness, we believe in righteousness, and like that's what people fell in love with.
That's why he became I say, hey man, I'm going with him with the super chat. Every super chat I get, I'm playing All Might. All right. And that go beyond plus ultra, man. Going beyond your abilities. Go beyond who you are. Be better than who you are. All right. The messages and stuff like that resonate with My Hero Academia. And the fact that Deku, with no powers and no nothing, ends up becoming the greatest hero ever. It's just like, come on, man. What is there not to like about My Hero Academia? So anyway, that's one of my top 5. This one, everybody got this one at some point in time. All right. Everybody got this, and it's they got it for a reason. Okay. Death Note is just legitimately one of the great stories of all time, man. And what's crazy is now I'm watching like old people, like people discovering Death Note for the first time, and they're just like, I didn't know this was what anime was, man. Anime is absolutely destroying everything out there, man. It is such a good anime. If you haven't watched it, come on, what's up? What's going on, y'all? All right. This is one, again, like I said, all of mine is just going to be obvious. Okay. This is going to be like, yep, obviously that's a top 5 anime for almost everybody, except for the guys here because nobody named Death Note. But anyway, all right. That's number, again, I don't have them in any order. This is just shit that I loved when I watched it and I rocks with it. Obviously, whatever number it is, Yu Yu Hakusho. All right. I scoured all of Japan. I went to like 5 toy stores in Japan because I wanted to get Yusuke Urameshi. All right. I wanted to get Yusuke from Japan, and I couldn't find a fucking Yusuke in this particular outfit. I wanted him in the whole green. All right. I got Kurabara. I got Hiei. I got Kurama, and I got 2 Kuramas, but I couldn't find fucking Yusuke. But it's all good. It is what it is. But yeah, I mean, the Dark Tournament, we were talking about that earlier. The Dark Tournament is absolutely the best. And I've heard people talk about, which is going to be one of my next ones. I've heard people talk about certain tournament arts. I think the Heaven's Arena in Hunter x Hunter. I think that's a good tournament arc, but it doesn't nothing holds up to the Dark Tournament in Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Yu Hakusho is one of the best fucking anime ever. And the Dark Tournament, that I think it's like 40 episodes. It's in season 2. It's like 40 episodes straight. And you don't know, it's going to, you kind of know how it's going to turn out, but you never know, man. It's just impactful storytelling. And it's funny too. There's all kinds of fucking jokes in there and shit, man. I love Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho, greater than Hunter x Hunter. That's an opinion. I think a lot of people would put it the other way around, but yeah, I mean, it's better than me. And I love Hunter x Hunter. All right, you see Gon and Killua, all right, in my little flashing box right here. I love Hunter x Hunter, but yeah, Yu Yu is, in my opinion, one of the greatest ever. All right, next up, look, man, this one right here. Cowboy Bebop. Again, it's gonna be on a lot of lists. That song, man. The song just catches you as soon as that drops, man. That is like, oh, what the hell are we watching here, man? And I don't know, man. The characters, everything, the storyline is fantastic, man. Love Cowboy Bebop. I could watch this a million times. It's kind of like Death Note. I could watch Death Note again and again. I could watch Cowboy Bebop again and again. I'll just keep watching it and watching it and watching it. And it's probably gonna be like one of the, when I'm done watching anime, I'm still gonna be watching Cowboy Bebop because it's that.
You're talking about the anime, right? DA, not the live action.
No.
Yeah.
Please don't bring that. I checked out after like maybe 10 minutes.
Episode 3.
not watch that shit, man.
I checked out after episode 1. That's how bad it was for me.
No, that's what I said. I checked out after 10 minutes. After 10 minutes of episode 1, I was like, nope. I'm not about to ruin this. I'm not about to ruin my enjoyment of this show. But yeah, Cowboy Bebop, again, one of the absolute amazing, greatest anime of all time. And then lastly, and you guys, if y'all know me, y'all already know what. Anybody care to guess?
T-Bait.
Shut the fuck up, man.
One Punch Man season 3. One Punch Man season 3. One Punch Man season 3. Come on.
Name is just trolling like a motherfucker.
Somebody mute name. Hey, it should be obvious. It should be obvious. If you know me, I like beat 'em up. I like blow 'em up. I like shoot 'em up. I like that action, boss. I'm all about that action, boss. All right. And the GOAT, this is definitely my number 1. Come on. Definitely my number 1.
Definitely.
I'm sorry, man. I like fighting, and this is all about fighting. This whole damn thing is about fighting, getting ready to fight. Who we gonna fight? Oh, I'm fighting. Okay, we about to fight. All right, let's fight. All right. And I go all the way back to the original Dragon Ball, going with the little tail on his ass and butt naked in front of Bulma. All of that shit, man. I go all the way back to the OG Dragon Ball. I love that. But Dragon Ball Z, man, come on, man. Most people just it's literally in a class by itself. And you know, you can't go wrong with Dragon Ball Z, man. But yeah, it's just all about fighting. I love fight. Anything that's about fighting bad guys, give it to me. All right. I'm here for it. So yeah, you guys are saying it right there. DA's all action over 9.
DA, check out what Alpha Proto just put in the chat.
What is it? Oh shit, here we go. Yep. Man, that first you could not have the OG Dragon Ball on television today without all kinds of problems. All right, the OG Dragon Ball, Goku was a nut, man. But, yeah, man, it's one of the GOATs, man. So everybody, that's my 5. You guys should put your 5s in there. Thank you very much. Hey,
I like how like we had I don't think there were any repeats, right? Everyone gave like 5 like unique anime. Like, dude, that's what it's all about, bro. That's what this shit's about, bro. Everyone got something cool to bring to the table, bro. Like every time I come onto the stream, whether it be in the chat or like the panel, I always get put on some cool shit. And like even though I won't get into it immediately, it's always gonna be on the back of my mind. It's gonna be on my list, you know. So like, you know, thanks to everyone for like always like keeping the good conversation up, you know. I just love hearing why people love something, because like we always like, you know, we see all that bullshit with like Hollywood, and it's all, you know, we need to hear that too, the criticism, the critique, because like that's how we grow. Sure. But sometimes like it's just too much for me, bro. I want to like, you know, hear what you're about. Man. What are you passionate about? Like what do you believe in? Like this is the stuff this is what it's about, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Oh, everybody has a different. Anime, just like entertainment in general, it hits everybody a little bit differently. That's why I'm glad we got like this different group of people. We got Angel. Angel really isn't like, he just kind of started watching anime or remembering what he loved about it. So Angel's brand new. Brandon couldn't make it. Brandon, I would love to know what Brandon's top 5 is.
He would have had a
top
way
5,
out voice.
bro. That's Brandon would the anime guy. All right,
Brandon would
top 5. Go ahead.
Brandon would have had that list where everybody here would be like, "Oh no, let me write this down real quick."
Yeah, he would have had you really like, "What? I never heard of that before."
Damn near shit.
We would have got 5 anime nobody's ever heard of, and he would have been like, "These are the greatest things ever." Let's see. Tony said his top 3: Attack on Titan, Food Wars, Origairu, my teen romantic comedy, Snafu. Okay,
all right.
I've heard of those first 2, Attack on Titan and Food Wars. Origairu I haven't heard of, but you know, everything's like I said, man. You get so many different. Food Wars I've heard is really, really good. I heard it's very.
It's actually a very interesting take on the whole shonen trope. They're not fighting, like they're not throwing blows.
Yeah.
They're actually like you've seen those Iron Chef shows. Anybody here ever seen?
Yeah.
That is literally it.
Well, what's interesting about this, I don't mean to interrupt you. What's interesting about this is, like I said, we do anime panels at Anime Matsuri and Anime Expo, and one of the panels is Anime Family Feud that my son does, right? And one of his questions was, name an anime you wouldn't want your parents to walk in on you watching. That's one of the questions, right? Name an anime you wouldn't want. And Food Wars was up there. And I was like, why is Food Wars? And they said, you wouldn't want your parents to walk in on you watching Food Wars. And I'm like, can somebody explain this to me? And they said basically, the sounds that they're making as they're eating the food is very sexualized.
Bro,
or something.
Remember the shit that I showed you that one stream with the girls just jogging in place and they making crazy sounds, bro? That's what what anime is about, bro. Like,
okay. Yeah, I haven't watched it, but I've been told like that it's like that, you know. I was like, okay, I'm thinking like High School DxD, shit like that. Nope, Food Wars. I was like, really? Food Wars? Apparently, yeah.
In some of those episodes, the creator was so wild about it.
Wow.
When they ate the food, they lost their clothes. So that's why, like, a lot of people would put that in that category. I'm like, wow.
All right, guys. Look, that'll do it for us, man. We got a couple of soups we're gonna get to, and then we are up and outro. Everybody, I appreciate you guys with your support, with the love. All right, coming over from Smash JT's channel and giving us some likes and some love. We appreciate that as well. We got James Anderson. My brother's name is James Anderson. I don't know if this is him or not, but shout out for the $1. Thank you very much. We also got Sean, formerly known as John, says, isn't Gundam a song? Gundam style? Oh, man.
So is Sean, dude. Sean always comes on and he always...
You paid $1.99 to write. Well, thank you for the $1.99 to $1.99.
He could have bumped it up to $4.99. I mean, if you wanted to ask that type of a question.
Sean's
the resident rage baiter, bro. He always drops the support and he puts a question that like, you know, gets us talking, bro.
Every time,
Sean, the song you're thinking about is Gangnam Style, not Gundam Style.
It's Gangnam Style. Yeah, it's not Gundam Style. Fuck. Ridiculous, man. And then we got Draconis dropping 5 direct to DA memberships. Hail to Draconis, man. Draconis, you guys may or may not know, is one of the top supporters on the channel. And he always gets a little bit of extra love because of that, man. Let me find his emoji. He has his own emoji. And we want to go ahead and where's it at? I can't find his damn emoji. Where is it? Hold on. I gotta back something up. Okay, let me go back. There it go. All right, so let me give Draconis his love. He has his emoji. If I can find it, it's disappeared. I don't have access to my own fucking emojis. What is this shit? Wait. Oh, you know what? No, you know why? I accidentally clicked on anime heads. I'm on the anime head side of things instead of the DA side of things. All right, let's try this again. Yeah, see, Angel, you just gave Dragon Master 0. That ain't Draconis, bro. Dragon Master 0. Draconis is this guy right here. All right, that's Draconis, man. You know, Dragon Master Draconis. I can understand why you can make that mistake, but Dragon Master 0, he's dope too. Nah, you good. Hey, thank you very much, Draconis, for the love. Let's give some love to the new members of the chat or the members of the channel. And then also for the super chats. And then we're out of here. Appreciate y'all. Here you go. There it is. And then we got, of course, a little All Might for the super chatters. Everybody that helped out, we appreciate all of you guys. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you guys very much. All right. We're going to talk about the Anime Fantasy League probably next week. I got to get some rest, man. We've been going for 3 hours, and all these anime streams take way longer than I always think. But we always got a lot to talk about. So that's
And we
always
have a lot of
good
fun.
thing. Yeah, and we have a great time doing it. Exactly. All right, guys. Let's see. Who can we raid? Is there anybody raidable right this minute? Oh shit, Film Thread is all right. So Film Thread is covering CinemaCon. So I'll send you over there to Chris Gore and Alan Ing. Give them my regards. For those of you guys that are hanging out watching it, give them my regards. Film Thread. Everybody else have a good night. We will see you tomorrow night on the Nightcap. All right, we'll be talking about whatever it is to talk about. I appreciate every last one of you guys. Hit the like button on the way out if you have not done so. And we will see y'all on the next one. Y'all have a good evening. Peace out.
Peace.